all this story would begin. Instantly, that Goku was able to defeat Moro, the Devourer of Worlds. Since the power that Goku demonstrated was an incredible power, so much had been his power that he called the attention of everyone present, and even the god of destruction himself. Goku's power is rising in an incredible way. No one's ever been able to have his learning rate. That's right, Mr. Beerus. The power of Mr. Goku seems to break all the laws of power that we knew. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, the Prince of the Saiyans was also very thoughtful about all the great power that Kakarot possessed. I can't believe that, damn, being a low-class warrior is so much more powerful than me, the Prince of the Saiyans. All this was happening while Goku was training with Broly, and likewise helping him to control his legendary Super Saiyan state. Wow, Broly, you've improved so much this time. I think you currently have enough power to stand up to Mr. Beerus. I appreciate your help, Kakarot, but from now on I plan to train alone. Since I've always been isolated, I want to be the one to master all this power on my own. I understand, Broly. I'll return to Earth to continue my training. I hope to have a great match with you soon. Goku would return to planet Earth using teleportation, but Goku had taken to the Holy Temple because Goku wanted to break his limitations as a Saiyan, since he was aware that much more powerful warriors were capable of appearing in the future. If I want to have better results, I have to train in the time room, so that the load is much greater. Flashback. The god of the earth had improved the room of time, so that the warriors who trained in the place were even able to feel gravity increased in their bodies. And a flashback. Goku would enter the dimension in which his rigorous training would begin. Meanwhile, both deities of Universe 7 would meet in the Kingdom of the All because the great priest had sent them to call. Father, so long? Tell us, is something wrong? That's right, Whis. It's about the Saiyan Goku. What's the matter with Mr. Goku, Father? The power he possesses is not understandable. Why Mr. Goku has to be the god of the destruction of Universe 13. Whis, along with Beerus, were very surprised because they didn't have the information that there was a Universe 13. That's right, all the extinct gods have returned, but for some reason the god of Universe 13 has not been resurrected, which is why we desire a warrior of great power. Goku a god? I can't believe it, but I don't think Goku would accept such a charge. If he refuses, we'll have to end his life, since there's no mortal who can surpass the power of the gods of destruction. Understood, Father. I will inform you as soon as possible. While both deities were on their way to planet Earth, both were discussing everything that had happened. Whis, I know you're too fond of Goku, but what'll happen if he refuses? We'll have no alternative, Mr. Beerus, since the orders of the High Priest are final. Both deities continued on their way, but Goku's power continued to increase in a way never recorded before. Since the cells of Son Goku's body manipulated much faster, which was impossible, Goku was able to reach a state called Ultra Supreme Instinct, which allowed him to release much more power, without his body being affected by the energy load, without decreasing his reaction speed. The power I have achieved is incredible, but I have to be able to defeat a god with all this power. I want to have the power necessary to defend whatever I love. Goku, after spending 4 years in the time room, he would come out, while outside, it had been only 4 days. But it was surprised to observe all the warriors who looked very serious. Hey friends, what's going on? Is there a new enemy? Whis would explain everything to Goku, and Daishinkan would approach the kingdom of the great Zeno-sama. It'll be better to go right now, since it's been 4 days since we've been here, and we shouldn't keep the great Zeno-sama waiting. Okay, but I don't want to be the new god of destruction. The three of them would leave to the kingdom of Zeno-sama, while Vegeta was very upset, because it was not to him who was offered the post of god of destruction. The instant they arrived, Daishinkan would receive them. Mr. Goku, it's a pleasure to have you in our palace. I guess, Whis, you've already explained everything we've talked about. That's right, Daishinkan-sama. I appreciate your proposal, but I'll have to refuse, since it's not my interest. I hope you understand. Mr. Goku, we'll give you 5 days to think about it, calmly, because if you refuse, we'll have to finish with you. What? Whis hasn't told me that. Why do you have to finish me off? We need a very powerful god, since the warriors of Universe 13 are warriors that not any god's able to penetrate. I could take care of those warriors, but I wouldn't like to be the god of that universe. As I told you some time ago, you'd better think about it. Whis would take Goku to the planet Earth again. Goku was very thoughtful when he arrived, as it was not to his liking to destroy planets. Oh, what can I do? I don't know what I should choose. Returning to the planet of Beerus, both deities, as in the old days, began to train because Beerus did not wish to stay behind the power of Goku, since the essence he released was very powerful. Mr. Beerus, I'm surprised that after hundreds of years, you've resumed your training. Is it due to some specific reason? You're my teacher, my guardian, so I shouldn't hide anything from you. I'm worried about the decision that Goku may make, because if he has been qualified to rule Universe 13, it means that his power has grown in a great way. In that respect, you are correct, Mr. Beerus, and I'm afraid to inform you that even you, using all your power, would no longer be able to stand up to Mr. Goku. Beerus was surprised by the statement of Whis. Are you sure about what you're telling me, Whis? That's right, Mr. Beerus. I was able to feel the limit of Mr. Goku's power. He's able to force me to use 35% of all my power, while with you it's only enough for me to use 27%. That sounds amazing. But I'm also a supreme god, so there's nothing to lose. I plan to try even harder. And that's how the training of Whis and Beerus would begin. While Goku was in the mountains where he grew up, he was meditating everything that had happened. I'm planning to talk to Zeno-sama. I am his best friend, and I know he'll understand me. Goku, without giving it much importance, would continue with his great training to master all the internal energy of his body, and likewise be able to use it as a catalyst. To get better, I need to use a partner. I'm gonna go to Mr. Beerus' planet. Goku would use teleportation, appearing in front of both deities, but Beerus, having the doubt which Whis had informed him, would quickly get in front of Goku. Goku, I want to have a match with you. I want to witness that you have improved so much since the first battle we had. That'd be excellent, since I also need a partner to keep improving. In Beerus' planet, it would feel like two great powers were colliding. While Goku would access the Super Saiyan Blue, Beerus would use 90% of all his power, but annoyed, he pounced against Goku. Activate the Ultra Instinct with that power, you won't be able to defeat me. But Beerus was surprised when he received such a strong blow that he was sent flying with a great damage to his stomach. What? How are you able to hit me? The Saiyan Blue is enough to beat you, Beerus. I'm not the same one you fought some years ago anymore. Both began to exchange hundreds of blows all over the planet of the God of Destruction. Despite being very resistant, he was beginning to have great damage all over the place. Beerus, for the second time, would fall to the ground, while Goku seemed to not be tired at all. Actually, you have a great power, but now I'll use all my power. I'm not gonna let you be able to defeat me, the most powerful god among the 12. Beerus would expel 100% of his power. After millions of years, Beerus on this occasion was able to grant a great blow to Goku, being set to fly to a planet, destroying it in its entirety. Before Goku's able to recover, Beerus would grant hundreds of blows, which Goku, on this occasion, despite seeing them, was not able to dodge them. Get this! Super Sphere of Destruction! Beerus would throw a large sphere of mass destruction, which was about to cause Goku to be knocked out of combat. But in a great light, Goku would be observed in the imperfect Ultra Instinct, destroying such an incredible attack. Beerus, your power is indeed amazing, but you don't possess the necessary power to cope with my imperfect Ultra Instinct. Beerus, at the moment of wanting to move, was impossible for him, since a surprising pressure would be released by the whole universe, making Beerus immobile, while Goku would prostrate himself in front of him. Now I'd like you to measure myself against Whis. I want to be able to see what distance that separates me from the power of a guardian angel. Beerus, annoyed at being underestimated in such a way, using all his battle spirit, he would manage to free himself from the pressure, but by directing his blow towards Goku, he was not able to hit it. But Goku, in a matter of 1 minute, was able to grant him more than 1,000 blows, dropping the God of Destruction very badly injured and out of combat. Whis, it's time. I want to face my teacher. Whis would accept Goku's proposal, but before he would heal all the wounds of Beerus. I hope this ready, Mr. Goku. When Goku knew that his opponent would be an angel, he would access the Ultra Supreme Instinct. The power that he released surprised Whis, since he had exceeded the expectations of his power. Goku, without warning, launched into the attack, being able to almost hit Whis. Both warriors began to fight at incredible speeds. Whis, while exchanging blows, was not able to assimilate the power that Goku possessed, since to be able to keep up with him, he had to use 39% of all his power. This is the most powerful transformation, but I'm still not able to completely master it, so I'll finish with a single attack. Goku would use his most powerful technique, the Dragon Punch, but for his impression, his punch would be stopped by a single hand of Whis. That's right, Whis was able to stop it, but was amazed since he used 51% of all his power to completely neutralize it. Goku would be out of combat. Whis, with his power, was still able to make Goku recover. Whis, I'm still very powerful under your power. I hope one day to be as powerful as you are. So the 5 days had passed quickly, in which the deities, along with Goku, would return to Zeno-sama's palace. Goku would ask to speak with Zeno-sama, for which the king of the whole would leave his palace. Goku would explain everything that happened, but for his impression, Zeno-sama would deny his request. Mr. Goku, this is your last chance. Accept to be the new god of Universe 13, or wish to die in this very place. I'll never accept such an atrocity. I prefer to die in this place, but I'm not a warrior who's easily defeated. Goku would use all his power in the Ultra Supreme Instinct, but for the High Priest, it was too easy to neutralize it, so Goku would return to his base state on the verge of death. Damn, I never thought this would be my end. I always gave my life for all these bastards. I know that compared to them, they are bastards, but I want to take revenge on everyone. Hatred is reflected in your eyes. It's a pity that you don't have the power to hurt us. Daishenka would execute a great technique which would completely pulverize Goku. But before Goku was completely destroyed, a much more powerful essence would be present with Goku. That's right, that presence was of a humanoid form. The most powerful warriors of this multiverse have turned their backs on you. I could grant you another opportunity so that you're able to take revenge on those bastards. You just have to accept. I accept. I don't care what it is. I'll finish with all those damned ones. With absolutely the whole divine world. Okay, I'll give you a second chance, but you'll have to do something for me. But very soon you'll know what it's about. Goku would disappear from the whole place, looking like a dream. But instantly, Goku would feel his small body, realizing that he'd been reborn, but retaining all his memories and powers. I'll end the whole divine world. Prepare myself so even the king of all will be able to trash next to me. So Goku had been reborn. But in Universe 13, because in that universe there was no god to keep him in an order. You're saying you will have to overcome the power of all the gods and angels. I have granted you another opportunity, but when you are ready, you will have to do something for me. Of course, yes, it'll be. To make your training much more effective, accelerate your development until you become a teenager. That warrior, who had an extremely incredible power to be able to grant him another opportunity, being able to accelerate all the growth of Kakarot, providing him the same way his clothes, but Goku on this occasion would ask for the same outfit of Black Goku. As you wish. All of Goku's clothing would be replaced by a black outfit, which represented all the evil of his being. It's time to train. I plan to be the warrior who destroys the divine world. Meanwhile, on the planet Earth, Whis, along with Beerus, would report everything that happened to the Z Warriors, leaving them a little surprised, but Vegeta inside is satisfied. Without the Kakarot insect, there's no warrior, which I will not be able to reach, so now I'll try much harder to finish with every garbage. So it was, like all the warriors, it was up to them to accept the decision of the great Zeno-sama. But everyone was satisfied, just like Vegeta, because they came to the conclusion that because of Goku, warriors always came wanting to destroy everything. Goku has been my best friend, but he's the best thing that could have happened to planet Earth. No, Bulma, it's the best thing that could have happened to all universes. On the planet of Beerus, the god was very thoughtful about what happened to the Saiyan, remembering the battles they had, being the first to make him know the defeat. What the hell happened to me?
Why do I feel so guilty? That monkey was a threat.
Mr. Beerus, you cannot control your emotions, and you cannot eliminate from your mind what is next in your heart. You better than anyone know that thanks to Mr. Goku, Universe 7 survived.
That's right, Whis. You're right, but I don't understand, because they ended Goku's life.
I also don't understand it, Mr. Beerus, but there must be a very big reason. Because when a warrior rejects the position of God, only his memories are eliminated.
Something very serious is happening with the top brass of the divine world.
I agree with you, Mr. Beerus, but we don't have the authority to manage to do anything. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, Vegeta, with his new great training, was able to achieve a new power, comparable to that of an ordinary god, but it would not be worthy of the power of the most powerful god, that is Beerus. Vegeta would request the training of Whis, so Beerus would accept the Prince of the Saiyans train on his planet.
Thank you very much, Mr. Beerus, as I want to be much more powerful.
Beerus would not say anything about it, but he would leave to take a nap, while Vegeta would continue with his great training, but he was not the only one. Since Goku was also undergoing rigorous training, he was even facing beings whose powers were of another level, since Universe 13 was full of beings of great powers. The power I've gained's incredible, but it's still not enough to end the life of Daishaken and Zeno-sama's bastard. But in the Kingdom of the All, a very negative energy was being released, since in one of the dimensions of the palace, a crack, three-dimensional, was able to leak, being able to release an essence which corrupted every being that had contact with the energy.
Great Zeno-sama, are you sure it was the right thing to eliminate Mr. Goku?
That's right, Daishaken. He's my best friend, but he's a very annoying mortal and his power seems to have no limit, so it was the best. Meanwhile, with the gods of the universes that had returned to life, a very powerful goddess felt that something was not right. So she would begin to investigate everything that had happened, realizing that the most powerful god of the 18 universes had not been resurrected, but on her visit to Universe 13, she was able to have a slight confrontation with the Saiyan, who proved to not be at all weak. You are a very peculiar mortal. You have a comparable power to defeat the simple gods of destruction. But to face us, you still need. Simple gods? What are you guys? Are they not gods like them? Ha ha ha! Honey, you're so wrong. We're not to the same rank of those garbage. We are called the Heavenly Gods. Heavenly Gods? What's the reason for those names? The celestial gods are existences just as old as the kings of all Zeno-sama. But as geniuses exist in all ages, that useless little one, despite having the thought of a simple child, was able to totally overshadow us. So you guys have been training for millions of years, but Zeno-sama was able to overcome them. And for that matter, he was able to take the position of king at all. That's right, you're right. I don't know what relationship you have with that bastard, but I know that dwarf destroyed his 6 universes. Wouldn't you like to get revenge on that bastard? Of course I would love to. That wretch I end up with several beings of my race, but not content with that, I would destroy our universes. Let's unite. We don't have the required power yet, but we'll be able to do something against that miserable. Ha ha ha! Saiyan, you have great goals, but it's impossible for a Saiyan like you to face a king at all. Ha! I know I don't compare myself to your power, but unlike you, I haven't even been training for 100 years. I know I'll get revenge on that damn dwarf, whether with your help or not. A little surprised by Goku's statement, Nin decided to trust him, taking him to her planet. Am I doing the right thing? Or what would happen if a king died? All this would go through Nin's mind, which was very serious, but the moment he arrived at Nin's planet, which was in Universe 14, Nin would ask to observe all the power of Goku, since they had previously had that confrontation without using all his power. This time, do you want to have a little battle against me using all my power? Or do you want me to raise my power to the limit so I lose speed? I'll take the first option, since it's no use having great power if you don't have the speed required to do something against the beings of Zeno-sama's palace. Goku would begin to access the Ultra Supreme Instinct, but the power he was channeling was incredible. That's right, his energy veins would expand to twice those of an ordinary warrior. Usually, any god or even angel has 208 energy veins, which are responsible for increasing the power of the user. Some prodigies are capable of even having the ability to thicken their veins so that the power carried is much lighter. But in the entire multiverse of Zeno-sama, only 2 beings had been able to access the Second Awakening, which he returned to grant 208 energy veins, possessing a total of 416 veins. His body was able to withstand a gigantic power without exploding nor losing speed. Nin would be surprised because the power that warrior was expelling was from another reality, since he was able to even his planet is destroyed in several parts. If he has the necessary power to destroy my planet, this Saiyan is on par with the power of us heavenly gods. But he is stupid. I repeat on several occasions that he only uses the power that his body supports. From a big explosion, it was possible to observe Goku, who physically had not changed, since the Ultra Instinct remained the same. But as he walked towards Nin, his body seemed to sink, hinting at the pressure and his weight were terrifying. Honey, you have an incredible power, but if even your body sinks into the earth, your speed must be lousy. Nin, as if it were on lightning bolt, was inches away from hitting Goku, but was shocked when Goku, with very cold and serious look, was able to stop her blow. Nin would quickly recoil, feeling an incredible pressure expand from the body of the Saiyan. Don't think that if you intend to hit me, I'll stay watching. I have hands to defend myself, but I don't want to hurt you. Nin, a little upset at being underestimated, she would throw herself against Goku, but to her surprise, Goku, despite having all that great power, was able to dodge each of the blows without any difficulty. Goku was able to connect a slight blow to Nin, but she had felt as if the planet had hit her stomach, being sent to fly to a nearby planet, creating a large crater. Oh, I'm sorry! I thought you'd be able to stop that blow! Nin would stand up, and in the same way begin to raise her power. That's right, the power of a celestial goddess. It was incredible, because all over the place, large colored clouds were created, while in the same way, lightning and thunderstorms were formed around the goddess. You are a powerful Saiyan, but you have been able to make me take you seriously, and with that alone, you have been able to earn my respect. Nin began to exchange blows with Goku. Meanwhile, on the planet of Beerus, Vegeta was able to achieve a new power. That's right, Vegeta, the Prince of the Saiyans, was able to master the destructive energy of a god of destruction, accessing the Ultra Ego, which would leave a little surprise to Whis. Mr. Vegeta has been able to master the power of destruction. Apparently not only Mr. Goku was special. But Whis was completely wrong, because if we compared the speed with which both raised their power, Vegeta was a simple child compared to Goku, much less which he was training with beings which even surpassed the power of the Guardian Angels.
This power is incredible, Whis. Nothing, and no one will be able to defeat me. I'd like Kakarot to be kept alive to defeat him myself.
Mr. Vegeta, I'm afraid to inform you that, although your power has grown in an incredible way, it does not compare with the power of Mr. Goku.
What do you mean, Whis? What do you mean I still don't compare myself to his power? What Whis wants to tell you was that with Son Goku, despite using all my power, I was defeated. It even forced Whis to use 51% of all his power, while with you, I'd have to only use 85% of my power to be able to defeat you.
Mr. Beerus is correct. He still wouldn't be able to defeat Mr. Goku in an even match. Furious, Vegeta, since Goku was always able to overcome it, he will decide to train much harder. Returning to Universe 14, Goku was able to compare himself with 70% of Nin's power, which left her surprised because if she raised her power much more, the other gods would be able to perceive her power. I give up. This is not the time to fight between the two, but you have great power. You are amazing. Goku would return to his base state, given a smile. What's going on? What's so funny to you? Despite being a celestial goddess and having used 70% of all her power, you don't compare since I only used 43% of my power. Nin was very surprised since a warrior had not trained for millions of years like them had the necessary power to defeat her. That's amazing. We will have a chance against the cursed one of the Kingdom of Everything, because despite having that great power, you still have to learn to fight with your aura. With my aura? What do you mean? Without warning, Nin was able to create a claw from her simple aura, which at the moment of heading towards Goku, was able to dodge it, but when making contact with the ground, a big explosion would be created, sending Goku flying for a few mountains. Ah, that hurt me! The true celestial gods, we will be able to fight with fist, while it's great training to destroy the entire divine world. Zeno-sama's power was turning into absolute evil, being so much that he was even able to access a new form, which was much more robust and his power was hundreds of times greater. What the hell is wrong with my body? Well, why is this negative energy so satisfying, but at the same time so painful? That's right, the body of Zeno-sama, despite being the body of a king at all, is still a body, but with only greater power, and all the bodies of the warriors have the same internal system. But a few are the lucky ones and equally known as gods, since they were able to possess twice as many energy points as the other bodies, while the common systems have 208 veins through which the energy flows. Very few of them have 416, which on this occasion belonged mostly to Universe 13, for which it was called the Stellar Universe, since his powers were levels that not even a king at all was sometimes able to cope with.
My lord, it seems we have been able to master the power of the demons of the ancient underworld.
Ha ha ha! Finally! We've finally been able to master their negative power! But far away from the realm of the whole, even in other timelines, a black armored guy would raise his power a little.
Ha ha ha! Do you even think you have the body to withstand the power of otherworldly knights?
Brother, have you been able to control the damn king at all?
Not yet, brother, but it's a matter of time since the negative power is inside.
This'll be a lot more fun. After millions of years, we knights have the underworld will make the divine world burn. Returning with Goku, he would continue with his great training. With the intention of mastering his aura to fight with more advantage, Goku would fall to the ground exhausted. This is exhausting! It's even more tiring than a physical workout! That's right, since you must master your internal energy at least 70%, but you must also have a strong essence so that you are able to form your aura. But I'm not going to give up. I have a clear goal and I know I'll be able to fulfill it. Of course, if Goku, that means you're more fearsome. No matter how powerful your enemy is, you don't take yourself for granted, and it's the internal strength that makes you much more powerful. Thank you for being my teacher. I swear I'll always protect you, Nin. Returning to the realm of the whole, Zeno-sama would begin to expel his negativity through the 12 universes. But it was really the plan of Yasuma, the elder brother of the underworldly knights.
Finally, he began to spread all the negative power through all the universes. Even everything is polluted there will be no one being able to face us.
All the negative power of Zeno-sama would spread quickly, but only Whis, the most powerful angel of the 12, would notice this. Sister Vados, we need divine protection, quickly. Let's go to the center of universes 6 and 7. Of course, my brother. Whatever you say. Both angels flew at their maximum speed towards the center of both universes, in which both with all their power tried to retain all the negative energy of the king of everything, being able to achieve it with a lot of effort. Since the Zeno-sama did not control all the demonic energy completely, it was not so powerful. Now we must meet with our respective gods. Likewise, inform the most powerful warriors of Universe 6, we will be the resistance. Understood, brother. But what do you mean by resistance? What's going on? It's not time to explain it. Just keep in mind that the most powerful beings of the Divine Kingdom have been corrupted by an energy much more powerful than themselves. Whis would arrive quickly with the God of Destruction, informing him of everything that happened.
Maybe that's why Zeno-sama and Daishoken-sama eliminated Goku without any mercy. They were really being manipulated.
It may be, my lord, but it's not time. We have to quickly go to planet Earth. Both deities left for the planet Earth at maximum speed, while Vegeta was training in the gravity capsule. Instantly, he'd be interrupted, getting a little angry, but Beerus, annoyed at a great speed, would hold him with the ground.
Damn, Vegeta, I'm here for you telling you something very serious. If you continue with that behavior, I swear I'll destroy you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Beerus. I've never seen Mr. Beerus like this before. The latter would only think Whis would explain everything that happened to the Z Warriors, but in the sky a big crack would form. That's right, from which Jiren would get very badly injured and on the verge of death.
Jiren, damn it! The second most powerful being in the universe has left in these pathetic conditions. What the hell's happening?
From the crack, Margarita would be observed together with the god Bellmount.
But Beerus, apparently you don't have the negative energy of the demon gods. That means you're against us, so I'll finish you right now.
Beerus, a little confident, would approach towards Bellmount.
Mr. Beerus, don't get complacent. Remember, they possess negative energy, their minimum power manipulated.
Beerus would be caught off guard, being sent flying with the blow, which would cause him unimaginable pain, making him fall to the ground and vomiting large amounts of blood.
Damn it! I'm not gonna let Beerus go down that easy. I'll join the fight.
Don't worry, Mr. Vegeta. The power of the god Bellmount has raised in a great way, but compared to the power of the Lord, Beerus is still a simple child.
What do you mean, Whis?
Instantly, an incredible destructive power would be released from Beerus' entire body. The power was so much that it would even make everyone present retreat except the deities.
Bellmount, you have never witnessed my ultimate power, so I hope you're prepared for the end of your existence.
Ha ha ha! You're a simple cat. You won't be able to do anything against me, Beerus. Both gods would begin to exchange millions of blows, which Vegeta was not able to see absolutely anything. Only a few flashes.
Beerus' power is gigantic, and even if he's nervous, it must be that it's something coming of an overwhelming level.
After a few minutes of battle, Beerus was able to leave Bellmount very injured on the ground, but his defeat was imminent, since he had lost his limbs and the power had decreased considerably. That's right, that's how he's known when the warriors of the underworld spill the blood of their victims and are reflected in the 18 universes. I understand nothing. Who are the warriors of the underworld? The warriors of the underworld are the elite of everything existing. Their powers are compared to ours is like comparing the power of a mortal and the power of a king of all. Nin, don't worry. It doesn't matter if he's the king of all, or those so-called underworld warriors. I'll protect you.
Ha ha ha. What a romantic scene. It makes me sick.
Nin's face would be full of worry because when that warrior arrived, everything around him would turn a dark color. That's right, it was the domain of Yasuma, domain of the underworld. What's this pressure? It's amazing! I'm not even able to move easily.
You can't stand even in my dominance. You think you have enough power to be able to protect that pathetic goddess.
Goku, furious by the way in which the warrior referred to Nin, would expel all his power, being completely in vain since compared to the power of that subject his power was nothing, but Goku without giving up would take his body to the limit.
Ha 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 ha! You're such a pathetic mortal. You won't be able to do anything. I've come to destroy the entire Universe 14, including the god of this universe.
I won't let you end Nin's life. You'll have to end me first. Yasuma, with a single attack, was able to knock Goku out of combat. Returning to his base state, the goddess Nin would also release all her power, but for Yasuma, it was not surprising. They would both have a great battle in which balls of energies, fists and kicks could be observed throughout the territory of Nin.
It's time for take you with me. You're not as powerful as the rumors said.
Yasuma, not caring that Nin's a woman, would grant her a strong blow to her face, making her fall to the ground very badly injured. Damn, how's he able to leave me in this condition in one fell swoop? Nin, being carried by that warrior, was able to throw a sphere of energy towards Goku. That energy was able to recover him completely, but he was able to even awaken his double veins of energy. That's right, when Goku was born for the second time, his internal system of duplication, being one of the most powerful beings in all existence, and with the help of Nin's power, his power would begin to rise in an incredible way, making all the 18 universes tremble, and before Yasuma leaves, a great barrier would be placed in all of Nin's Universe 14. While Goku's power continued to grow non-stop, his white fur that characterized him had been changed into purple fur, representing the power of destruction. Goku's power was felt even by the king of all. That's right, he was not able to recognize it because his power had grown in an unreal way. That warrior's power is dangerous. We must do something. Before we're annihilated, he must be mutant from Universe 14.
The warriors of the eliminated universes were always cataloged for being monsters that seemed to have no limit in their power.
Goku's power continued to grow in an incredible way, to the point that a large purple beast would also form in his aura, leaving Nin surprised. Goku, of a great explosion, was able to even destroy the dominium of the king of the underworld.
It's time for you to face the mighty Goku, the Purple Saiyan God.
Goku of a great rumble moved at the speed of being able to grant him the first effective blow that God, which annoying, would stand up, while his power rose in an incredible way.
I don't care what the hell you are. This hit I swear to pay you back multiplied by 100. You don't have the power of an underworld god.
Zeno-sama would be releasing an amazing power, which would even make the 18 universes rumble. But the goddess of Universe 15, Mikoshi, would realize the brutal power that was being released in Universe 14.
This is a stranger. The power that is perceived does not belong to Nin or any other heavenly god.
Mikoshi would not give it enough importance, but at the moment, the shock of one of his fists was able to create hundreds of wormholes all over the universes, which would worry Mikoshi.
If the power overcomes the defense barrier of the Zeno-sama multiverse, we'll be all annihilated. As a matter, we'll all be compressed in such a way, leaving nothing of us.
Mikoshi would begin to head towards Nina's territory, while both warriors were in a very even battle. However, Yasuma's power seemed to have an advantage against Goku's new power, but to everyone's surprise, Yasuma would spit out large amounts of blood while his power began to decrease.
What the hell? This is impossible. How are you able to cause me harm? I'm the one who's beating the shit out of you.
That's what I want you to feel, because every time you touch my body, you're being injected with my destructive energy, and I've been able to destroy your entire internal system.
That's right, the energy that Goku possessed in his new transformation even surpassed that of any god. Subjecting said energy into the internal system of any warrior would be fatal. However, this would happen with any normal being, since Yasuma was the leader of the 4 horsemen of the underworld, so with a lot of difficulty he would stand up.
So, how do you like playing with traps? Let's see which of the two is dirtier to play with traps, since this can be two.
Goku, being confident, was not able to realize that on his back a great being of dark energy had formed. But Goku realized it was too late because that technique was incomprehensible to a mere mortal.
This is impossible. It was said that the technique, imminent death, was for beings from another multiverse.
Yasuma would turn his back on Goku, while death itself cruelly tore him apart.
No matter what power I possess, as long as I'm not able to master Zora, he won't be able to counter my technique. But you guys have given me some damn trouble.
Yasuma, with a small slap, would send Nin crashing to the base of the planet. Goku, watching as Nin was beaten and could not do anything, his anger increased to levels that even Yasuma would be amazed.
So the power of that Saiyan depends on you. This is interesting. What would happen if I ended your miserable life?
Yasuma, left perplexed and unable to move, realizing that Goku was able to master Zora completely, even Nin.
Goku is amazing. Me being a celestial goddess, it's 1,500 years to me to be able to dominate my aura completely.
A big dragon would be able to destroy Yasuma's technique completely, while Goku would take a very serious look and everything around him would freeze due to domain expansion.
Domain expansion! Space abomination!
Everything around him was able to turn a dark color, similar to his purple fur, while Yasuma's body was not able to stand up. That's right, Goku's power had completely crushed him, making it impossible for him to stand up.
This cursed mortal has been able to master Zora in the middle of battle, which it was said to be impossible.
Nothing's impossible for me, but you are right. I almost died. My whole system received lethal attacks, so I'm not able to waste my time with you.
Goku, when approaching Yasuma, he would collapse completely because the injuries were really serious. Yasuma, with his little energy, would stand up, creating a gigantic explosion with his own body. Nin would stand in front of that big explosion to protect Goku, but it would be impossible for him. When Nin's barrier was destroyed, his last hope, he would prostrate himself in front of Nin. That's right, Mikoshi had been able to protect both of them from such an imminent explosion. On the other hand, we observe Yasuma in his castle, a little serious because of everything that happened.
That copy of me had 45% of all my power. That Saiyan really is a nuisance.
What happened, brother?
There's nothing to worry about. The negative power that had been able to corrupt all the destroying gods, only the heavenly gods are missing.
But brother, who has been able to defeat your spirit form? As far as I understand, that form possesses 45% of all your power, and no being should be able to achieve it.
Yeah, I know it's amazing, Sheeta, but really there is a guy who has incredible power.
who was able to not only defeat me, he was able to finish me.
Are you serious, brother?
That's right. I decided to self-destruct so that they wouldn't be able to notice where I was going, since even a new celestial goddess would arrive at the place.
It will be better to have total control of all the beings of the Kingdom of Everything in order to send those damn pests.
You are correct, because the power of that pathetic Saiyan is something that even I'm not able to understand. Yasuo would still be very thoughtful about the battle he had, because it was not explained where he was able to expel much power. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Whis had been able to finish with his sister, while Beerus was also very thoughtful.
Hey, Whis, what do we do? Since if the gods have been much able to have that new power, beings of the kingdom of the whole must have been much greater power.
I agree with you, Mr. Beerus, but there is nothing we are capable of doing.
Of course there is. We just have to look for the perfect opportunity to be able to take the advantage of it.
But don't worry, all this starts I was first able to move the pieces of this difficult chess game.
What do you mean by Whis chess game? Explain yourself.
Mr. Beerus, even you are affected by a little negative energy. I could tell that when you thought about betraying Mr. Goku, so I knew that something was not right.
What are you trying to say, Whis? Do you plan Son Goku's betrayal?
In a nutshell, it could be like this, because I had a vision in which even having the power of Lord Goku, we would be defeated.
That means that if Kakarot's not in this universe, he'll not be annihilated, by which he is our only move.
Excellent, Mr. Vegeta, that's right. I had only knowledge of everything that was going to happen, but up to a certain point it was risky, but we must trust.
Whis, you're absolutely crazy. Do you think Son Goku will forgive us after wanting to end his life?
That's something we won't know until we talk to Mr. Goku himself. In the realm of all, Zeno-sama was able to assimilate all the negative energy completely, unlike Daishinkan, who did not allow himself to be completely manipulated, and of this Yasuma would realize in time.
That damn priest, he has a great spirit of peace. I've already been able to control him by 80%, but the remaining 20% is costing me too much.
Don't worry, brother. It's only a matter of time, as a priest's mental power doesn't compare to our mental power, let alone yours.
You're right, Sheeta, but there's something I don't like about this whole situation. I don't know what it is yet, but it smells like blood to death.
Returning to Universe 14, one could observe a Goku who was on the verge of death, but had not returned to his base state, which would leave Nin very confused. He's on the verge of death. Why doesn't he return to his base state? So I wouldn't use the power to maintain that transformation. Most likely, your body is preparing for a new energy load, which makes it impossible for you to return to your base state. Nin and Makoshin would help Goku to take him to a room so that he's able to rest, while both goddesses would start talking about everything that happened, while having a mind to ask for help from Sirius. He even had the supreme god Zyko. I have an excellent relationship with Sirius, unlike Zyko, as she's too strong a temper and is capable of destroying me. That is a problem, but we need powerful warriors who are capable of doing something, to be prepared for the other horsemen of the apocalypse.
Sheeta, get ready yourself with Yeka. We'll be making a visit to the beings of the Kingdom of Everything.
As you order, brother. Yeka, come immediately.
Order of my masters. So what is it I can do for you? You, together with my brother, will go to the Kingdom of Everything. Of the good-for-nothing of Zeno-sama, I want you to make Daishinkan this completely at her services, and in case of not achieving it, end his life.
Your wishes are orders for my great Yasuma-sama.
Both beings began to move at incredible speeds throughout space, and even breaking the megaversal barrier, being able to enter the territory of Zeno-sama. Daishinkan, despite being manipulated almost entirely, would realize that something would be created all over the Kingdom of the All, which was not able to do absolutely anything to the beings present. That cursed Daishinkan, resolved to be so loyal to his principles that he preferred death. We'd better get out of here, Zeno-sama. I want you to keep an eye out for any abnormalities in the 12 universes. Of course, if you order, young Sheeta. Both would return to Yasuma's castle, while in Universe 14, a great golden energy would approach at high speed. Both goddesses would be on guard, but the energy was so fast that it dodged them entering Goku's body. What the hell has happened? What was that energy? Goku was able to recover completely, observing in his mind how they had humiliated Daishinkan, and even this sincere apology, Goku's power would skyrocket in his transformations, while simulating all the power of an angel. I swear I'll kill every one of you horsemen of the apocalypse! Goku was able to assimilate all the power of a priest in his body. I still don't know how they got the position of heavenly goddesses. If they were good for absolutely nothing,
World, we are forbidden to have any confrontation with that warrior. Why is it?
The bastard Zyko. He was the one responsible for ending our father's life. He was the first being to corner our father.
Flashback.
Zyko, instead of competing for who is the most powerful being in these territories, we can ally. I don't care about being the most powerful warrior. What interests me is to destroy every warrior who thinks he's the most powerful.
The battle of both subjects was the most destructive in the whole existence. Even their battle had lasted 15 days approximately. And this was an incredible time since both seemed to have unlimited energy.
You are really powerful, but I will use a power to which, no matter that, you are the chief of the horsemen of the apocalypse, and I will finish you.
Zyko's power would increase dramatically without the need to use an enhancer technique, which left Yasuma's boss and father surprised, as he was humiliated for about 30 minutes.
I'll die in this battle, but you being a Saiyan, you'll lose the most desired thing you have. Ha 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 ha! If you mean a loved one, I have absolutely no one. And if I had a child, I'd still sacrifice her to have much more power. Ha 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 ha! I know that beings like you don't have anyone close. But what you love the most is your power, divine light.
Despite being the leader of the Riders and being a Dark Warrior, he was able to use several threads of golden light with which it was possible to neutralize all the power of Zyko, while the other Riders exterminated each of his energy veins.
Damn, I won't let them take away all my power.
Zyko would create an explosion with the remaining power, being able to break the technique. But his rival had kept his word to make the most precious, since Zyko's power had been stolen in a 60%.
Damn, old man. How dare you steal my power? You're an insect!
And flashback.
Zyko's power has increased by 10% in this life, but it would be impossible for her to recover her 100%, since after hundreds of years she has recovered practically nothing.
Zyko, despite having all his power, he was able to give a great beating to Goku, who felt that with each blow his life was taken away. Nin and Mikoshin not holding on as they beat Goku, both goddesses launched themselves against Zyko, but from hundreds of rays of energies, they were on the ground, spitting out large amounts of blood.
Those mothers, they won't be able to do anything against me.
Zyko, who was hitting Goku, would feel like his skin had hardened, looking like he was hitting a metal.
Damn, they can beat me, humiliate me, but I'll never allow you to do anything to my goddess. They're under my care.
Nin and Mikoshin blushed when they were under the protection of Goku, while his power grew much more since that transformation was most similar to a beast. Due to this, his power increased the more angry he got, as his body adapted to the conditions of the battle.
Your power's on another level. Apparently a worthy rival has finally arrived.
Goku, without saying a word, he would throw a big blow, which Zyko would also respond, but the blows of Zyko's hand would be completely pulverized. Zyko, without showing pain, would grant a kick to Goku's jaw, sending him back a few meters, while with his other hand he carried a large sphere of energy.
I've marked you with that blow, so no matter where you're heading, this attack will follow you until it destroys you.
I have no need to run away, because with my own hands, I intend to destroy him.
I want to see if you're able to do it. Spiral of Hell!
A great attack would be thrown against Goku, which, with the simple sound of its noises, cracked the dimension itself. Nin, along with Mikoshin, raised their power to the maximum, trying to neutralize all the distortions that called Zyko's power.
It's a powerful attack, but for me, the most powerful Saiyan of this time, there's no impossible.
Goku would stretch out his hands, starting to stop such an attack, but despite having a great resistance, the attack was able to destroy his hands completely. But Goku, of a great scream, was able to destroy him completely. Zyko would be speechless, since it had not taken him any time to destroy his most powerful attack.
I'm not planning to end you right now. I want you to beg for your pathetic life. This will not be my last battle. I don't know how I'll do it, but I will access 100% of all my power.
Zyko would leave, but without realizing it, Zyko had been marked by the power of Goku. Goku would likewise disappear, appearing next to Zyko, receiving a great blow, which had sent him to a planet, destroying it, and making Zyko spit a lot of blood.
I do not intend to leave alive. A being who only has darkness and evil in his heart, you're nothing to the universes. If you finish with me, you won't be able to finish with the horsemen of the apocalypse. I don't need you, because if you could take down their leader, I know they are like us, and they could die anyway.
Goku, from a great attack, was able to reduce Zyko to simple atoms. That's right, Goku's power had been so great that he was able to end the life of the most powerful celestial god. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Beerus along with Vegeta had achieved an incredible power. So much had been the power of both that the Room of Time no longer supported so much power.
The power we've achieved is incredible, but it's still not on par with the power of the Great Priest. We must trade now in this Staff of Whis because of the dimension of an angel, but it has much more capacity to withstand our powers. Good idea, Vegeta.
They both came back with Whis quickly, which was very serious.
What's going on?
The Great Priest has been eliminated with incredible ease. If even my father was annihilated in such a way, what can we do?
Whis, don't let that define the final result. Although it pains me to admit it, we still have Kakarot. He'll be able to defeat these dim. That's right, Whis. We are one more defense for when Kakarot's ready.
I don't know how they managed to keep their composure. Even me, being an angel, it's hard for me to order my ideas at the moment.
Hey, Whis, have you tried to communicate with Son Goku?
Of course not, Mr. Beerus. After we betrayed you, you will never want to hear from us. At that moment, the barrier that Whis had placed had been completely destroyed by one of Yasuma's followers, who had the appearance of a demon with several blue lines all over his skin.
So, you are the pathetic beings who are not polluted by the negative energy of the great Yasuma-sama. Now I will kill you, no longer serve us.
Whis would stand in front of everyone to feel how that demon released a great power, but everyone was amazed to observe how Whis had been sent to fly with a great blow. Beerus and Vegeta raised their power to the maximum like Piccolo and Gohan. All the warriors threw themselves against that demon, not being able to do absolutely anything.
Final Flash!
Vegeta's powerful attack was directed towards that demon, with which a Smile was able to return it with a single blow.
You guys are just trash on my side. I don't know why the great Yasuma is interested in such pathetic beings as you.
You are a demon, the opposite of what I am, so I'm not going to let you end up with the planet Earth. We will destroy you. Everyone began to exchange millions of blows, but the difference of powers was clear. Goku was able to feel the power of Gohan. My son and my other friends are fighting against a being that exudes incredible negative energy. What are you planning to do, Goku? What I would really do, if they really had intentions of dealing with me, I'll understand them. But I'll not let anything or anyone end what I once protected. Goku would begin to move through all the universes at an incredible speed, while the demon would prostrate himself on top of everything, carrying a great attack.
Die! This is your end, damn worms! Damn Kakarot, I'm sorry for everything. I wish you were here. You are, and will continue to be number one.
But that powerful attack never collided with the warriors. While in front of them, they observed a completely different Goku, who released an amazing power. I've arrived, since all the universes are protected by me. Goku would expel his power a little to make the demon fall to his knees to the ground without being able to move. His hands behind his head, throwing a powerful attack which was able to reduce the powerful demon to mere ashes, which was able to humiliate even Whis. Goku's gaze would draw a maniacal smile towards Shiva. Where's your brother, Yasuke? Isn't he coming to help you?
What are you? You're a monster! None of us! Not even Zyko has been able to increase his power this way.
I can't believe that your brother was able to revive me, only for me to end the whole divine kingdom.
Wait, how do you know that? You're a pathetic mortal. You can't have the divine knowledge.
Since I had my battle with him, I knew, but I had a few doubts. But as time passed, I was able to realize the reason why he had resurrected me.
Damn, this is bad. No puppet of my brother's been revealed like this damn worm. He's going to kill me.
Well, that's enough talk, because if I end your life, your brother can still bring you to life, so you have nothing to fear.
Shiva would remember all the bodies and negative energy that was required, so he preferred to stay dead. Goku would throw a powerful sphere of energy, however a quick lightning was able to save Shiva. That's right, Yasuke had arrived on the battlefield. Goku, be very careful, because unlike last time, this is his original body. That's right, Goku. The power that is able to expel Yasuke this time, you have no comparison, so stay on guard.
Brother, you okay? Damn worm, you've been the worst resurrection I've committed. You had to thank me. I gave you another chance to get revenge on these miserable.
Are you sure you want me to get revenge? The only thing you wanted was for me to end the whole divine world. Because you didn't, I still don't understand. If your power surpasses all these warriors by 1,000,000 times.
That's none of your business. But right now I plan to send you to the world of the dead, to which you belong. Whis, you remember, if it was he who warned us about the threat of Son Goku. He spread all the information to the 12 universes.
That's right, Mr. Beerus, I remember. But apparently, it was all an elaborate plan, since he was even the one who brought Mr. Goku to life back. There are no more doubts. The one responsible for all my friends betraying me was you, damn it. Now I'll end your life.
Goku would charge at a great speed, but he would come out full of wounds because Yasuke would instantly release an amazing power that was even able to cause incredible damage to Goku's entire body. Since Yasuke's power level this time was extremely incredible, so much so that he wasn't allowed Goku to move freely, while everyone present was on their knees on the verge of death.
This bastard really turned out to have an incredible power, but I'm the protector of all these multiverses. I'm not allowed to lose.
Goku, with his great determination, would stand up, and in the same way would begin to release all his power. However, a great barrier would cover everyone present so that they were able to stay alive. The power is both amazing, but I feel that Yasuke's power surpasses Goku's power by dozens of times. This is bad.
Whis, we can see how Yasuke is able to overcome all the power of Son Goku, but Goku's always had a plan up his sleeve. I don't know, Mr. Beerus, as your enemy's power this time seems to be of an incomprehensible level.
We have to pray that Mr. Goku gets the victory this battle, because otherwise all of us will die. Goku was able to expel all his power, so for all the 12 universes, great chaos was being caused, since Goku wasn't able to neutralize the clash of energies completely.
I promise that when all this is over, I'll bring them back to life, because if I don't end this guy's life, we'll all die.
Both warriors threw themselves against each other, so a big fight would be generated all over the place. While in the kingdom of the whole, Daishinkan, like Zeno-sama, were being consumed by a much higher energy than the previous time. But the simple essence of Goku was able to give some support to Daishinkan, since he was the warrior who had the purest heart. Unlike Zeno-sama being like a child, it was much easier to manipulate. So Daishinkan, having the opening, he would release all his power, with which he had disintegrated the whole essence of Yasuke.
That's the power of Lord Goku. It's an incredible power, but thanks to him, I've been able to release all this essence. Now I must help the great Zeno-sama.
Daishinkan would begin to flow large amounts of energy through the body of Zeno-sama. However, it wasn't enough, because the power of Zeno-sama was hundreds of times greater than the power of Daishinkan. So Daishinkan would communicate telepathically with both goddesses to feel their power.
Mikoshin, Nin, please, I ask for your help. The great Zeno-sama was infected with all that negative energy. I've been able to free myself, but I need more power.
Goku, while exchanging blows, would communicate in the same way with both goddesses.
Go, Mikoshin and Nin, because if things get bad, we have the support of the two most powerful beings in this entire multiverse.
Both goddesses would quickly go to the kingdom of the whole, so when they arrived between the three, they began to invade the entire spiritual sea of Zeno-sama with their own energy. But Zeno-sama was able to expel a great power, accessing their combat form, granting several blows to those present.
Damn worms. I'll not allow the dream of the great Yasuke of this whole multiverse that has been taken away from him.
My lord, I ask for an apology, but I will have to put my hands on his body, even if I have to put him out of combat to save him.
Don't make me laugh, Dai. You don't have the required power to stand up to me, so you better take my side again. You're completely wrong, you cursed dwarf, because this time, Daishinkan's not alone. He does have us. That's right. You don't remember who you were so afraid of? We are the super gods are back, and we're able to cope with your pathetic form of combat. I agree with you simple goddesses, but with the power that Yasuke-sama's given me, it'll not be enough for you. The whole place would quickly change to a dead zone, due to the power that all the warriors were releasing, and at the moment, the trio of warriors launched themselves against Zeno-sama, which, despite giving them powerful blows, Zeno-sama did not show any damage, but one of his blows was able to connect to Mikoshin, sending her flying to a planet, destroying it on simple impact, which would leave everyone else surprised.
This is amazing. You didn't possess all that power. What happened to you?
I'm being able to master all the power that the mighty Yasuke-sama has bestowed on me, so his death is getting closer and closer.
Returning to the battle of Yasuke and Goku, both seemed to be very evenly matched. However, Yasuke's body was with a few wounds, but his power was beginning to decrease, unlike Goku's power. But his body was massacred, since Yasuke's speed surpassed him on several occasions, being able to give him gravity blows. Ow, my whole body hurts! Despite having many more energy reserves, this wretch is capable of causing me great harm.
I never thought that a mere mortal would be able to measure one against the battle with me. My power begins to decrease. If I do nothing, this may be my last battle.
Mr. Goku, don't forget everything I've taught you. We trust you, Mr. Goku. Use all the knowledge and power of Saiyan.
Kakarot, I'm proud to belong to the same race as you and to witness how a warrior considered low class will end with a god of the highest level.
Of course, Vegeta. Take that for granted. Even if my body explodes into pieces, I plan to put an end to this miserable murderer.
Do not say things that you'll be able to fulfill, because even though you have many more energy reserves, your body's still in pieces.
It's true, but my body, being the body of a warrior, I'm sure it's capable of supporting all my energy reserves for the next 10 minutes.
Goku's body would begin to emanate an unreal power. So much was Goku's power that on this occasion, he was able to bring almost Yasuke to his knees. Even the barrier that protected everyone else seemed to crack.
Goku's plans to use all his power in the next 10 minutes. Damn, I can't leave Shiva in this place. This monster would end his life.
But Yasuke, when he was about to teleport his brother, a powerful palm was able to crash Shiva to the ground. And at the moment of a great attack turning him into simple dust of the universe, Yasuke wasn't able to react, because at the moment, he would be sent to fly with a powerful blow, which he even felt as if it had snatched half of the soul. Yasuke would fall to the ground, vomiting large amounts of blood.
I can't believe a leader of the underworld knights perished before a mere mortal.
This is my last blow. If you could try to stand it, but with this blow I plan to send you to the other world.
Goku's fist radiated an incredible power. That's right, 100% of Goku's power was concentrated in that fist. So at the moment of throwing it, a powerful dragon would form all over the ground, ending Yasuke's life. Even though he has released much more power, leaving no trace of it, so instantly, the king of the whole Zeno-sama would still fall to the ground, losing all the power that Yasuke had granted him. Goku had been knocked out of combat for the next 2 months, so in the end he was able to wake up. But Daishinkan, with the help of the Super Dragon Balls, he had already brought all the fallen warriors on the battlefield.
Mr. Goku, we ask for an apology for being manipulated.
Don't worry, I'll always be the protector of all these multiverses.
Kakarot, will you come back?
Of course, Vegeta. I'll come sometimes, but currently I'll stay to live in Universe 14, along with Mikoshin and Nin.
All the gods and warriors said goodbye to the warrior who was able to bring peace to all the 12 universes. $70 million years ago, there was an unimaginable void without any life, when suddenly emerged a being which didn't know it was himself where he was.
What's going on? What am I? I can't see anything. What is this immense void?
What he didn't know was, until that moment, was that he was an omnipotent being who was going to create everything known as the universe.
He would even create a whole multiverse full of different types of life in order to find at some point an individual who could match or surpass the strength of his son called Zeno-sama. In Zeno-sama's palace, 30 million years after the birth of Zeno-sama's father, he introduces himself to his son.
Zeno-sama, my son, you've grown strong and apparently you've become very powerful over the centuries.
Father, I've always felt that my existence has no purpose. I often get bored. Why did you bring me to life to be bored?
70 million years ago, there was a void from which I was created. As I grew, I developed powers and immeasurable strength. As a result of that, a need was born in me to find a being who could match or surpass your strength, to even equal my own greatness. That's why I created planets, galaxies, universes, and living beings of various species.
All this was created just so that I could exist?
Yes, my son. Every star, every life form, everything has a purpose. To prepare you to be the supreme god of all that I've created. You're the main reason for all my creation.
It's a heavy burden, Father. Why me?
Because in you, I see the true potential to rule in this vast cosmos. You are the hope to maintain harmony among the creations that have sprung from my being. You are the missing piece in this cosmic chest.
Father, all this that you tell me is an enormous responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready to be able to do it. What if I fail?
There is no failure, son. Your very existence is success. Every moment in your life has molded you into the supreme being that you are. I trust you will fulfill your destiny.
What about you, Father? What role do you play in all this?
My role is to guide you from the shadows, to watch you fulfill your purpose. Finding balance in the universe is a task that requires your leadership. I'll be here, in the darkness, watching you carry out the mission I have given you.
I understand, Father. Leave everything in my hands.
Thus passed centuries, millennia, in which Zeno-sama was guided by his father to govern the immense multiverse he had created for him, but now convinced of the purpose he had in his life. In the present time, 30 million years after the conversation that Zeno-sama and his father had, in one of the universes created by Father Zeno, on a planet called Earth, Kakarot and Vegeta were training together with Whis and Beerus after having faced very powerful beings. While they were training, the Earth was illuminated by flashes of energy. As Kakarot and Vegeta embark on intense training, Whis and Beerus watch from a distance, assessing the Saiyans' every move as they prepare to rise in their skills.
Hey, Vegeta! Remember when we first faced Frieza? That guy was incredibly strong.
Yes, Kakarot. That was our first encounter with an enemy of another level. But we cannot forget the Cell Bug, that creature with cells from all of us. He put us in big trouble with his martial arts tournament. Luckily, your son became strong.
Both Saiyans exchanged energy blasts. Each hit and dodge was an echo of their long history of battles.
Ah, yes! The first time you showed the teleportation technique. That was amazing! Thanks to Gohan, we were able to defeat him.
But then came Majin Buu. That battle was unforgettable. We had to merge to have a chance.
The fusion was great, but we also learned about redemption and kindness at that time. Buu became good because of you.
As they continue their training, the energy of both Saiyans light up the space. Whis and Beerus watch with interest.
Yes, but don't forget about Beerus. That god of destruction who almost wiped out the Earth with a single sneeze. Although in the end, he turned out to be more of a joker than we thought.
Yes, I remember when I tried to fight him in my Super Saiyan 3 form. I wasn't at his level, but at least I gave him a fight in my Super Saiyan God form, and that was possible thanks to all of you.
That's right. And now we're here, training with Whis and Beerus. We cannot let our guard down, Kakarot. There'll always be bigger challenges.
Exactly. Every fight makes us stronger. Let's keep training and bettering ourselves.
Of course. We're always one step closer to being the strongest warriors in the universe.
The training continues as Kakarot and Vegeta, under the tutelage of Whis and Beerus, strive to reach new levels of power in order to defend the Earth from new and more powerful enemies that may appear with the desire to destroy the planet that welcomed them. While Kakarot and Vegeta were training to overcome their limits, Whis and Beerus encouraged them to keep improving. Very good, Saiyans. Keep it up.
Yes, they're very strong. but I don't know if that'll be enough to keep my interest.
Suddenly, they feel a dark presence and the whole environment begins to become dark. And a dark, powerful presence fills the place.
What's going on, Mr. Whis? Something's not right. I feel an extremely powerful and dark presence.
That feeling sounds familiar. Who could it be?
The darkness intensifies and suddenly an opposing figure appears in front of them like a shadowy nebula.
Inhabitants of the multiverse, have you missed me? Hello, dear inhabitants of the multiverse. I've come to observe progress of my creations.
What? Who is this guy?
I don't know, Kakarot, but his presence is overwhelming.
No way.
What?
The figure lingers in a shadowy haze, with the speaker being the father of Zeno-sama, the omnipotent being who created the multiverse. This one appears in all multiverse, where all the warriors were training for future problems.
This guy is the father of Zeno-sama, the creator of everything we know of universes beyond our imagination. I didn't think we'd ever see him.
Sir, your arrival is unexpected. Forgive the insolence, but to what do we owe you presents?
The inclination of Whis and all the angels of different universes is because they have knowledge of who was the father of Zeno-sama. For that reason, they have a great fear and respect for him.
I see you've been busy, warriors. You have faced great obstacles throughout your insignificant lives, but this time has come. Are you strong enough?
We're always up for a good challenge.
Shut up, Kakarot. Don't you feel how powerful he is? How can you say that? Haven't you noticed something missing in the multiverse?
At that moment, Zeno-sama's father set out to tell them the reason for the ambiguous question. Moments before Zeno's father appeared before the whole multiverse, he was very angry because when he woke up from the dream of millions of years, he was surprised that many things had happened that went against the main reason why he created the whole universe. Because of this, he appears before his son Zeno-sama. In the center of the realm of everything, the overwhelming presence of Zeno-sama's father eclipses space. His voice booms like thunder as he directs his fury towards his son Zeno-sama. The latter, visibly nervous, tries to defend himself as the tension between the two intensifies.
Zeno-sama, you failed in your duty as Supreme God. All the warriors of the multiverse have overstepped their bounds and now dare to call themselves gods. Gods? This is unacceptable!
Father, I understand that this is all being misunderstood, but...
There's no excuses, Zeno-sama. Your lack of authority has allowed inferior beings to rise above us. How dare you let them usurp the title of gods?
I'm sorry, Father. I did not intend for things to come to this point.
The anger in Father Zeno's voice increases. His tone becomes more defiant and contemptuous.
Your intention? Your weakness has sullied the name of our divinity. The only god here is me, and no one else should dare to call himself that. No one!
Father, I understand that I'm in your debt, but we can find another way to restore order.
Father Zeno's response is an explosion of contempt and fury.
You do not deserve the title of god at all. Your weakness has tainted my creation. Because of your incompetence, I must restore the balance, even if it means getting rid of you.
What? Father, please don't do it! There's so much I can still learn and improve! I can fix all of this!
Zeno-sama's imploration is lost in Father Zeno's cold determination.
It is already too late, Zeno. Weakness must be eradicated from existence for true power to prevail.
In an instant, Zeno-sama's father unleashes a blast of devastating energy that engulfs Zeno-sama and begins to tear him to shreds as he screams in pain.
No, Father, please! Ah!
Order has been restored. No one else will dare to challenge my supremacy. I will now take it upon myself to re-establish balance through my creation.
In the present day, in front of the terrified warriors, due to what Zeno-sama's father had informed them what had happened to his son Zeno-sama, a being they all adored and feared.
You insignificant beings now understand. Because of this, I will destroy all the timelines and universes that exist. I am a divine being, omnipotent, and I can do it. But I will give you a chance to fight for your lives. So I'll organize a tournament in which the strongest warriors of the entire multiverse will participate so that the power will prevail.
Earth 2024.
What?
This can't be true.
Do you think we can face something like that, Mr. Piccolo?
Oh? We'll have to train a lot physically and, above all, mentally.
The idea of a tournament piques his interest, seeing the opportunity to test his own power and perhaps become even stronger. Thraxis Nocturne, planet sunk in the shadows.
A tournament, eh? Well, I'll show that true power is not limited to divine beings.
I won't let them destroy our future. I will fight in that tournament and protect my own.
A tournament with the strongest warriors, huh? It'll be my chance to show that the Saiyans are not insignificant beings. We will see who is truly divine in this tournament. My empire will prevail.
A competition between the strongest. Interesting. I was showed that the Metacoolers are superior in all universes.
Nigerian, a world with perpetually cloudy skies where storms of dark energy lash the surface.
Father, this tournament will be the perfect occasion to show you that my power surpasses yours. Perfect. I'll show my true power and wreak havoc in every corner of the multiverse. Destruction in a tournament. What a magnificent combination. I will be the ultimate warrior and subdue all under my rule. Let's fight. This tournament will be my stage to demonstrate the power I've obtained.
Dracoria, homeworld of the humanoid dragon warriors and the descendants.
The threat of destruction is overwhelming. My fire may not be enough to face its dark omnipotence.
A shadow that threatens to destroy everything. My ability to manipulate the darkness may not be enough. Even with my swordsmanship, facing an omnipotent divine being will be an unparalleled challenge. This divine being has the power to destroy everything I love. My fire will be my defense.
A divine threat. My control over thunderstorms will be enough. This will be a challenge like never before.
After seeing the various emotions and thoughts of the main participants of the tournament, Zeno-sama's father begins to explain the rules of this supposed tournament.
Minimal beings. The rules are simple. The tournament will be to the death. It'll be held in a timeless space where the laws of time and physics are temporarily suspended. The only way to eliminate an opponent is to make his heart stop. It is by killing him. There's no other way. In this tournament, it is either you or your rival. There's no limits on the use of skills. You must unleash your full potential without restriction, so as not to be destroyed in the process. I'll be the one who will watch over the whole process. The participant who wins will have the joy of facing me, putting his life and the life of his universe at stake. But I'm a PS deity, and I will bring him the opportunity to have a divine power similar to mine for a determined time. If he does not take the advantage of it, he will have to accept the consequences.
In spite of the uncertainty that the warriors have in front of what the father of Zeno-sama has said, some are excited and others are worried.
Wow, this sounds exciting! A tournament with fighters from all universes. It's gonna be great!
Why should we trust this tournament to be fair? By killing them?
So I can fight to the best of my ability. But killing beings that are just fighting for their lives is not nice.
I hope everything I've said has been clear to everyone. The only rule is that you have to kill your opponent so that they don't kill you. I want to make that clear. You will have to kill your opponent. The way we will check if you're worthy of calling yourselves gods.
Father Zeno disappears and everything returns to normal. You can see Kakarot's excited about the new enemy that is seen. It is very powerful. Vegeta, scared and worried about his family, angry with Kakarot.
Wow, that guy's incredibly strong. I'm excited to fight him in the next tournament.
Excited? Do you realize what's at stake, Kakarot? The enemy is dangerous, and we can't just underestimate him.
But Vegeta, that guy has awesome power. It's gonna be the best fight of our lives.
This is not a game, Kakarot. Do you realize that we're putting our families and the entire universe at risk?
I know it's serious, Vegeta, but it's also a chance to get better. Besides, Zeno-sama's father is excited about this.
I can't believe you're so carefree. My family's in danger and you're excited about a fight.
I'm not saying I'm not serious, Vegeta, but when an opportunity presents itself to measure our power, I can't resist.
You always think about the fight, don't you? Sometimes I wish you had a little more responsibility.
Vegeta, I understand that you're worried about Bulma and Trunks, but trust that we can protect them.
I don't like the idea of someone else deciding about our lives.
I understand, Vegeta, but do you really think we can ignore this opportunity?
I'm not going to lose my family over a fight, but I also know that I can't stop you from getting excited about the battle.
At that moment, the tension between Kakarot and Vegeta is palpable as they prepare to face the new enemy. While Kakarot is filled with excitement for the fight, Vegeta faces this situation with a mixture of fear and determination. Thus, the training of the entire multiverse for their survival of their species began. From the moment on, the most powerful warriors of all the universes began to train with greater intensity in order to save their universes and timelines. After having communicated with the entire multiverse from the realm of everything, the father of Zeno-sama would observe everything from a crystal screen, that the warriors were getting stronger and stronger. He sent his shadow warriors to slow down the process of them.
But what is this feeling that stirs my supreme being? A mixture of fascination and disdain. It's inevitable that mortals yearn for more, that they aspire to surpass their boundaries. Yet some of these warriors are reaching levels I cannot allow. Their power threatens the balance I've established. It's enough that they're mere participants in my tournament. They must be contained. They must be eliminated before their ascensions endanger the stability of my creation. My shadow warriors, creatures of the shadow and executioners of my will travel throughout all the universes. They'll be my instruments to stop these reckless advances. I will not allow the power of these warriors to grow beyond the limits set by my divinity.
Father Zeno, we're here to receive your orders.
Shadow creatures, my loyal enforcers, the time has come. The universes pulsate with an energy that threatens to destabilize the order I've established. Mortal warriors, in their relentless pursuit of power, are rising to dangerous heights. Their progress must be halted.
Your orders are our will. How do you wish us to proceed?
Each of you will disperse among the universes. Your mission is to find those warriors who dare to exceed the limits imposed. There's no room for compassion. The threat must be eradicated. Annihilate them without mercy.
We will, Father Zeno. No warrior would be strong enough to defy your will.
The shadow creatures set off to every universe and timeline to destroy every warrior who would participate. Along the way, they encountered weak warriors who they destroyed with these strong and very powerful ones. It was dusk when suddenly the Earth's atmosphere trembled with an unnatural darkness. In the blink of an eye, shadow creatures emerged from the interdimensional shadows, ethereal and menacing beings that would challenge even the strength of the mightiest warriors. Kakarot and Vegeta, training on the vast battlefield of Earth, sensed the arrival of an ominous presence. Shadow creatures, their ethereal forms and eyes burning with the intensity of darkness, materialized before them.
What are you?
We are servants of Father Zeno. Your progress has been noted and must be halted. The will of Father Zeno is the supreme law. The warriors have exceeded the allowable limits and will now be destroyed.
The shadow creatures moved with an agility that defied logic, leaving behind them trails of darkness. Kakarot and Vegeta prepared for the confrontation, their energies flashing in response to the threatening presence.
Well, it looks like we have new opponents. This should be interesting.
No matter who sends them, will not allow them to stop our progress.
The shadow creatures, speechless, rushed towards Kakarot and Vegeta with flashing speed. The battle ahead would not only be a test of strength, but a struggle between light and darkness, between the determination of the warriors and the will of the father of Zeno-sama. The battle rages and the environment, plants, stones, and sky are witness to the incredible demonstration of power. Kakarot and Vegeta, deploying a great amount of ki, are in the center ready to face the two mysterious shadow warriors that attack them. Shadow Creature 1 moves at breakneck speed, leaving only flashes of darkness in its wake. Its form is ethereal, almost impossible to follow with the eye. It attacks with incredible precision, throwing punches and kicks that defy the perception of time. Shadow Creature 2 stands out for its devastating power. Its every strike sends out waves of dark energy that distort the surrounding space. Its presence emanates an ominous aura that shakes even the particles of space. The fight begins with Kakarot and Vegeta charging forward, but the shadow creatures respond with astonishing agility, dodging every blow and counterattacking with almost invisible movements. Faced with the speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta are forced to raise their power to Super Saiyan level.
Vegeta, these guys are incredibly fast. I can't even keep up with their moves.
Looks like our usual speed isn't enough. We'll have to raise our power to the maximum.
Both Saiyans concentrate, their golden auras bursting as they transform into Super Saiyan. Their golden hair lights up the space as they launch into a fierce offensive. But the Shadow Warriors remain equally agile, gracefully dodging the attacks. The intensity of the power illuminates the space.
Now, Vegeta, let's go all out.
Let's go, Kakarot.
The Saiyans rush towards these Shadow Warriors with a fierce offensive. However, the Shadow creatures dodge their attacks with surprising grace, moving through the energy blast with ease.
Is that the best you can do, Saiyans?
Their speed is admirable, but they're still not up to par. Damn it! It can't go on like this, Kakarot. We need something else.
You're right, Vegeta. Let's take this to the next level.
Faced with persistent speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta rise their power even higher, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. Their blue auras flash with intensity and the pressure of their power shakes the surrounding space. However, the Shadow Warriors are not daunted. The battle reaches its peak as the four warriors are engulfed in a frenzy of energy. Kakarot launches his attack called Kamehameha, and Vegeta launches his final flash attack, but the Shadow Warriors respond with counterattacks that defy the laws of physics. Then the clash of these powerful attacks causes an immense explosion. At the precise moment that both Saiyan warriors, the shadow creatures, collided their attacks, the explosion resulting from the collision of the attacks left a crater on the battlefield, while a dense smoke obscured the view. Amidst the haze, Goku with a serious but confident expression, and Vegeta, also with a confident expression of having destroyed the shadow creatures with his attacks, stood on guard, ready to face whatever emerged from this smoke. Suddenly, as soon as the smoke dissipated from the battlefield, the shadowy creatures emerged unharmed, floating in the air with an even more intense presence. Their forms twisted, revealing an even darker and more powerful transformation. Now with eyes glowing with a more intense light, the shadow creatures uttered a great malevolent laugh and moved towards Goku and Vegeta with renowned ferocity. The sky was covered with dark clouds and lightning intermittently illuminated the scene. The creatures, once scattered, began to converge into a chaotic mass. Their bodies intertwined and merged, creating a monstrous entity that emanated a dark and malevolent aura. The fusion of the creatures was completed with a loud roar, and before Goku and Vegeta emerged, a nightmarish creature. The fused creature had a grotesque figure, with twisted limbs and glowing eyes filled with evil. Its body was enveloped in a halo of dark energy, which distorted the space around it. The ground shook with every step he took, and the waves of evil energy generated chaos on the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta exchanged determined glances. They knew they faced an unprecedented threat. The fusion of the creatures had given rise to a being of incredible power and speed. Goku frowned, clenching his fists, while Vegeta gave a cocky grin.
Kakarot, looks like things have become interesting. I didn't expect to have to face something like this.
Yes, Vegeta. This creature's no joke. We're gonna have to give it our all.
Both warriors raised their ki to the maximum, surrounding themselves with an intense golden and blue aura. Their hair stood on end and the earth trembled under the pressure of their combined power. The fused creature responded with a guttural laugh and advanced towards them with great strides.
Come on, Vegeta. Let's attack together and put an end to this.
For once, Kakarot, I agree.
The battle reached its climax as Goku and Vegeta, enveloped in their golden and blue auras, launched themselves towards the fused creature. Every punch and burst of energy echoed through the air, creating a spectacle of flashes and booms. The creature, however, was not easy to defeat. Its agility and strength were astounding, dodging the Saiyans' attacks with ease.
Vegeta, we need to find an opening in its defense. Focus!
I know, Kakarot, but this thing's fast.
The fused creature responded with a ripping attack, sending the Saiyans flying across the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, however, quickly recovered and stood up with renewed determination.
We can't underestimate this thing. Come on, Vegeta, let's attack together.
All right, Kakarot, together we'll defeat it.
Goku nodded and they concentrated their energies into an amazing combined attack. A brilliant flash of light and blue light
materialized in their hands, growing with each second. The fused creature, seeing the imminent threat, tried to counterattack, but it was too late. Kame! Ah!
Final Flash!
The powerful beam of combined energy shot towards the fused creature, illuminating the dark battle with its radiance. However, just when impact seemed inevitable, the creature, in the last act of desperation, deployed a dark shield that managed to resist the Saiyan's assault. The result explosion sent Goku and Vegeta flying backwards, returning them to their base form, leaving them dazed and severely injured on the ground. The fused creature, though weakened, struggled to its feet, its malevolent aura flickering, but far from fading completely.
Vegeta, we're in trouble. This thing's stronger than we thought.
Vegeta, however, lay motionless on the ground with visible wounds and his aura rapidly diminishing.
Vegeta! Don't give up, Vegeta!
The fused creature, slowly recovering, calmly approached towards Vegeta with a palpable malevolence in its glowing eyes.
Your efforts are futile. I'm the amalgam of darkness itself. This is the end of you, Saiyan Prince.
Goku, full of rage and despair, stood up and threw himself towards the creature with what was left of his strength. However, the creature, with a simple wave of its hand, unleashed a wave of dark energy that enveloped Kakarot and threw him violently to the ground.
Vegeta, we need a plan.
The fused creature approached Vegeta, lifting him off the ground with one hand. The Saiyan Prince, barely conscious, opened his eyes to meet the cold, merciless gaze of his energy.
Kakarot, do whatever it takes.
The fused creature, with a contemptuous gesture, threw Vegeta back to the ground, leaving him on the verge of death. The battle, which had begun with hope, now became bleaker than ever. With his partner down and his own strength waning, Kakarot faced a strength that seemed insurmountable. Goku, sensing the desperation of the situation, recalled the hermit seeds he carried with him. The moment the fused creature came speeding towards him, Goku managed to dodge that blow swiftly, approached Vegeta and handed him one of the valuable seeds.
Vegeta, eat this! It'll give you the energy to keep fighting!
At the same time, Goku also consumed one of the seeds. Vegeta, barely conscious, accepted the seed and consumed it urgently. The hermit seed acted quickly, healing Vegeta's wounds and restoring his life energy. Flashes of golden light surrounded the Saiyan Prince as he stood up, his eyes regaining determination.
Kakarot, don't underestimate me. I can keep fighting.
Fine, Vegeta, but we need something else to defeat this creature. Do you remember the fusion technique?
Vegeta frowned but nodded in understanding. Both Saiyans positioned themselves in front of the fused creature, focusing their energies.
Vegeta, let's do it! Let's merge!
I don't think it'll come to this, Kakarot, but I have no choice.
Both warriors stood side by side, raising their hands into the front and began to concentrate their energies. The atmosphere was filled with a brilliant glow as the two Saiyans merged into a single entity. The resulting figure was a perfect combination of Goku and Vegeta, with a powerful golden aura enveloping their fused bodies. This fusion creature showed signs of unease as it witnessed the transformation. The new Saiyan entity turned to it with a determined look. The fusion between Goku and Vegeta, known as Gogeta, and his Super Saiyan form was now evident. Gogeta, with the combined voice of Goku and Vegeta, said, "Prepare for defeat. We're the fusion of the Saiyans, and there's nothing we cannot overcome." With a unified shout, the Saiyan fusion lunged towards the fused creature with incredible speed and power. The battle between the Saiyan fusion and the fused creature erupted into a frenzy of power and skill. Every move, every blow, every burst of energy shook the battlefield. The earth trembled under the intensity of the confrontation, and the sky lit up with the sparks of energy released during the fight. Gogeta, with the combination of Goku's cunning and Vegeta's determination, proved to be an unstoppable force. However, the fused creature did not yield easily, showing a resilience that defied expectations. Both contenders were at a stalemate, each pushing their limits to the max. Goku and Vegeta, in their fused form, began to feel the need to unleash more power to overcome their more formidable foe. In a moment of perfect synchronization, both Saiyans raised their ki to the limit, and the atmosphere itself began to be distorted with the built-up pressure.
It's time to take this to the next level!
and a dazzling flash, the Saiyan fusion underwent an astonishing metamorphosis. His once golden hair now turned sapphire blue, and his aura took on a heavenly hue. The transformation to Super Saiyan Blue had taken place. The fused creature recoiled momentarily as it witnessed the new form. Shocked by the magnitude of the power unleashed, however, the Saiyan fusion showed no mercy and lunged towards with dizzying speed.
Prepare for true Saiyan strength!
The attacks and counterattacks reached a speed that defied perception. The fused creature, despite its previous endurance, was outmatched by the speed and aggressiveness of the Saiyan fusion in its Super Saiyan Blue form. The battle had not yet come to an end. In a final attempt to resist, the fused creature unleashed its own dark power, enveloping the Saiyan fusion in a spiral of chaotic energy. Gogeta, in response, concentrated his energy to the maximum in an act of rage.
Let's go farther!
The energy surrounding the Saiyan fusion intensified and exploded in a dazzling burst. The bright blue aura became more intense, and the power of the Saiyan fusion increased to unimaginable levels. The sky lit up with glows and waves of energy as the fused creature faced Gogeta's unstoppable strength. However, in an unexpected twist, the creature began to build up a dark and sinister energy, revealing a hidden power.
Your resistance is impressive, Saiyans, but you have not seen my true potential.
The fused creature transformed, its fusion distorting further. A black aura filled with malevolence surrounded its body as its eyes glowed with terrifying intensity.
What the hell is it doing?
The fused creature, now imbued with a new dark power, lunged at Gogeta with surprising speed. Despite Gogeta's formidable strength in his Super Saiyan Blue form, the fused creature seemed to be able to anticipate even more.
Now you'll experience true darkness.
Gogeta sensed the threat, deciding to take his own power to the extreme. In a blink of an eye, he activated the technique, the Kaioken. His blue aura multiplied into a mixture of blue and red, and the intensity of the battle reached levels never seen before.
It's time to put an end to this! Kaioken!
Gogeta's speed and strength multiplied exponentially, and the fused creature was momentarily caught off guard. However, the creature counterattacked with a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gogeta, but he struggled to resist. Gogeta, in his Kaioken state, felt the need to raise his power even higher. Thus, his ki increased, causing the earth to tremble from such immense power, destroying mountains and lifting rocks into the skies. At that precise moment, he disappeared from the sight of the fused creature, appearing from behind and creating a glowing bluish sphere of energy that materialized between his hands.
Final Kamehameha!
The energy sphere impacted against the fused creature with unparalleled force. The resulting explosion lit up the sky, dispersed the creature's dark energy. However, when the light faded, the fused creature emerged once again, albeit visibly weakened.
Do not underestimate my power, Saiyans. I have attained a form beyond your comprehension.
Gogeta, sensing the gravity of the situation, prepared for the next confrontation. The battle, far from over, was entering even more dangerous terrain, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance in this fierce struggle between light and darkness. The battlefield was plunged into utter chaos, with destructive shockwaves reverberating throughout space. Gogeta, with his combined aura of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken, was moving at speeds that defied perception. The fused creature, despite his new enhanced form, was momentarily outmatched by the Saiyan warrior's speed.
Darkness cannot defeat light. It's time to seal your fate.
Though weakened, the fused creature did not give up. With impressive speed, it lunged towards Gogeta, unleashing a series of dark attacks that even defied the Kaioken's speed.
Your light is but a fleeting glimmer. In the eternity of darkness, you will suffer.
Gogeta, with sharp reflexes at precise moments, will dodge the fused creature's attacks. The battle reached an even greater frenzy, with a clash of fists and kicks creating waves of energy that swept the surrounding landscape. The once dark and stormy sky were illuminated by the flashes on the contest. In the beginning of the moment of opportunity, Gogeta channeled the Kaioken to an even higher level. His aura became more intense, mixing blue with red in a dazzling display. Seeing the new burst of power, the fused creature recoiled momentarily, a moment Gogeta took advantage of to gather energy.
This is the limit of your darkness. Prepare for the end.
Gogeta, with unmatched speed, appeared in front of the fused creature, concentrating his energy to a single point. A glowing sphere of energy formed between his hands, but this time, the sphere was not blue, it was a mixture of colors. A fusion of the power of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken.
Kaioken 20 times! Final Kamehameha!
The now larger, more powerful energy sphere hurled with impressive speed towards the fused creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the entire horizon, causing the mountains and valleys to be enveloped in a dazzling glow. When the light faded, the fused creature lay defeated on the ground. Stargora completely dissipated. Gogeta, with his Super Saiyan Blue form and Kaioken still activated, watched cautiously. The intense battle had come to an end, but the price of the confrontation was reflected in the devastated Earth and the wear and tear visible on the Saiyan warrior.
I hope that was enough. This universe can't take any more of this destruction.
With a flash, Gogeta deactivated the Kaioken and returned to his base form. As silence descended over the battlefield, the lingering question was whether the threat had truly been eliminated or if there was still challenges to be faced in the vast cosmos. Goku and Vegeta, feeling that the threat had been neutralized for the moment, separated from the Saiyan fusion. The intensity of the battle had left both Saiyans exhausted, but their attention was diverted to a disturbing reality. In the corner of their vision, they watched as a small dark creature made its way towards where Gohan and Broly were standing.
Vegeta, something's happening! We must get there fast!
Those two are in trouble if that thing gets to them. Let's go, Goku!
Both Saiyans, despite their exhaustion, dashed towards Gohan and Broly's location with as much speed as possible. As they approached, they could see the dark creature getting closer and closer to the two warriors. Gohan, who was training with Broly in an attempt to increase his skills, noticed Goku and Vegeta's arrival urgently.
Dad! Vegeta! Something's coming!
Broly, with his piercing gaze, had also sensed the approaching threat.
Evil creature, we will fight!
The small dark creature, noticing the presence of the Saiyans, stopped advancing and displayed a malevolent laugh.
Ha ha ha! Your victory was short-lived. This is only the first of many surprises.
Before they could react, the dark creature split into multiple smaller shadows, surrounding Gohan and Broly with astonishing speed.
Watch out, Broly! They're fast and dangerous!
We will fight! We won't let them defeat us!
Goku and Vegeta, arriving just in time, joined the battle. The battle became a chaotic dance of blows and explosions as the Saiyans fought the dark shadows that multiplied endlessly.
Let's finish this quickly! Gohan, Broly, stay strong!
Got it, Vegeta!
Broly, unleashing his titanic power, emitted a wave of energy that temporarily dispersed the dark shadows. However, the dark creature, in a final act of desperation, merged back into a larger, more powerful form.
My shadows cannot be so easily defeated. The real battle has just begun.
The shadow creature, now strengthened and more menacing than ever, faced the four Saiyan warriors with palpable malevolence. Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta moved into battle stance, facing the shadow creature with determination.
Come on, guys! Let's work together and put an end to this menace once and for all!
Broly growled in agreement, his power emanating from him with an imposing force. Goku and Vegeta, despite their earlier exhaustion, raised their energies ready for the battle ahead. The shadow creature, with a sinister laugh, lunged towards them with surprising speed. The Saiyans responded with a coordinated assault, launching energy blasts and performing combo attacks. However, the shadow creature was agile and dodged their attacks with ease.
We can't let this thing get away. Concentrate on attacking together.
You're right, Vegeta. If we fight them as a team, we can overcome anything.
The four Saiyans synchronized their movements, attacking in harmony. Broly unloaded titanic blows. Gohan used his agility and advanced techniques, while Goku and Vegeta coordinated their energies to create a combined assault. Despite their efforts, the shadow creature proved to be resilient and adaptable. It defended with cunning and counterattacked with fury. In a moment of tension, the shadow creature unleashed a dark glow that enveloped its form, transforming to an even more powerful and monstrous version.
It's getting stronger again!
It doesn't matter. I'll destroy it.
The battle intensified as the shadow creature, in its enhanced form, launched waves of dark energy and unleashed more devastating attacks. The Saiyans, however, did not back down. Despite the gravity of the situation, their determination burned stronger than ever. There's no limit to our strength when we fight together. Come on, guys. We can't lose.
This thing doesn't know who it's messing with. Get ready for what's coming.
Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta channeled their energies to the maximum, shaking the earth under the intensity of their combined power. In a unified act, the four Saiyans raised their ki to the limit and lunged towards the Shadow Creature with indomitable resolve. The Shadow Creature, now in its strengthened form, unleashed a dark energy that enveloped Broly, possessing the mighty Saiyan with a malevolent influence. Broly, his eyes now awash with shadows, stood before the other Saiyans with a menacing presence. Broly, I won't let you be used as a puppet. We must save him. We won't let this thing manipulate Broly. Come on, guys. Let's protect ourselves and save our friend.
This is getting more complicated than I thought. But no matter, we won't let the darkness win.
The battle began with the Shadow Creature using Broly's immense power against them. The controlled Saiyans' attacks were fierce, with waves of energy and bursts of ki that challenged even the most experienced warriors. The Saiyans dodged and counterattacked, but the Shadow Creature took advantage of Broly's brute strength to counter his moves. We must weaken it enough to free Broly! Dad, Vegeta, let's follow the plan and attack in unison! The three Saiyans coordinated, launching a series of swift and powerful attacks. However, the Shadow Creature moved with agility, dodging most of the blows and countering with blows of its own. Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, was showing superhuman endurance. It's not enough! Broly, fight against this influence!
We must force him to break free. We're gonna give it our all.
In a moment of desperation, the Saiyans decided to raise their powers to the maximum. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan second stage, Gohan advanced his mystical form, and Vegeta unleashed his own power into Super Saiyan second stage. The three Saiyans surrounded Broly, launching a combination of flurry of powerful attacks. Broly, resist! Don't let their darkness consume you! The Shadow Creature, feeling the combined presence of the three Saiyan warriors, showed signs of weakness. However, in a desperate act, the dark energy intensified its hold on Broly, raising its power even higher and unleashing unbridled fury. We can't give up! We're going to free Broly, whatever it takes! The battle reached its climax as the three Saiyan warriors, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, clashed against the Shadow Creature possessing Broly. The unleashed energy created a spectacle of flashes, explosions, and shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Goku, with his power as a Super Saiyan, moved with astonishing speed, launched energy blasts and accurate punches at the Shadow Creature. Gohan, in his mystical form, unleashed a combination of fast attacks and advanced techniques, seeking to weaken the dark possession that controlled Broly. Vegeta, in his Super Saiyan second phase form, displayed titanic power, coordinating his attacks with calculated precision. Broly, listen to my voice! Don't be consumed by this darkness! The Shadow Creature, however, resisted tenaciously, harnessing Broly's brute strength and ferocity to counter the Saiyans' attacks. Broly, under the Dark Possession, responded with unstoppable strength, his attacks more intense and uncontrolled. We need to weaken that possession! Come on, guys, keep up the pressure!
This dark power won't last forever. We must resist.
The battle grew more frantic. With each passing moment, the Shadow Creature, sensing the threat of the Saiyans, intensified its hold on Broly, fusing its dark energy with the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. We can't back down now! Broly's our friend, and we won't let this darkness control him! In a moment of perfect synchronization, the three Saiyans focused their energies into a coordinated attack. Goku launched a Kamehameha, Gohan unleashed a Masenko, and Vegeta fired a final flash, all aimed at the Shadow Creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the battlefield, creating an energy storm. However, when the light faded, the Shadow Creature Broly still stood, visibly weakened but far from defeated. It's not enough! We must find a way to free Broly from this possession! At that moment, the Shadow Creature, taking advantage of the Saiyans' momentary weakness, launched a surprise attack, sending Goku and Gohan to the ground. Vegeta, with his rage in his eyes, stood up determined.
Enough's enough! We won't let this thing continue to manipulate Broly.
Vegeta concentrated his ki to the maximum, unleashing a new transformation. His intense blue aura transformed into an even brighter and more powerful hue.
Super Saiyan Blue!
The atmosphere itself seemed to tremble at the magnitude of the transformation. Vegeta, now in his evolved form, launched himself towards the Shadow Creature with renewed speed and power. Vegeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue Evolved caused a dramatic change in the intensity of the battle.
His bright blue aura flashed with overwhelming energy as he charged towards the shadowy creature and Broly, who was still under his influence.
It's time to put an end to this. Broly, I'll fight to free you from this darkness.
The shadow creature, sensing the threat posed by Super Saiyan Blue, adopted a defensive stance. On the other hand, Broly, his eyes still darkened, prepared to face Vegeta. Vegeta unleashed a flurry of quick and precise attacks, combining punches and kicks with astonishing speed. Each move was charged with the strength of the new form, and the shadow creature was forced to retreat in the face of Vegeta's fury.
Broly, regain control. I'll not allow this darkness to consume you.
Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, responded with impressive stamina. His attacks were brutal and uncontrolled, but Vegeta moved with a dexterity that defied expectations.
I need to find an opening in this possession.
In an act of bravery, Vegeta launched himself directly towards Broly. Their fists collided forcefully, and Vegeta, using all his skill, made precise strikes that temporarily weakened the dark influence.
Broly, fight this! You're stronger than this darkness!
The shadowy creature, seeing Vegeta's resistance, increased his energy and fused even more with Broly. Now the dark influence was more entrenched than ever, and Broly unleashed an explosion of wild power.
You can't stop me, Saiyan Prince!
Vegeta, not backing down, continued to engage Broly. The battle reached new heights as both warriors unleashed their most powerful attacks. Vegeta launched a Big Bang attack while Broly responded with a gigantic charge of dark energy. The collision of energies generated a huge explosion that blanketed the area. After the dust settled, Vegeta lay on the ground, clearly exhausted but not giving up.
I can't lose. My determination's stronger than your darkness.
The battle between Vegeta and Broly, who was possessed by the shadow creature, reached a critical point. The overflowing energy of the confrontation was spreading across the battlefield, distorting the air and creating palpable tension. At that crucial moment, Goku found himself regaining consciousness, stood up, and immediately went to Saiyan Prince's side.
Vegeta, let's go! Let's give it all we've got!
Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan Phase 2 and joined the fray. The shadow creature, seeing the arrival of another Saiyan warrior, prepared to face the new threat.
Kakarot, you're just in time. This thing has gotten stronger with Broly.
We'll face it together! Broly, we won't let this darkness control you!
The three Saiyans stood in formation, ready to deal with the shadow creature fused with Broly. The intensity of the conflict increased even more, with flashes of energy and clashes of fists echoing throughout the battlefield.
Come on, Kakarot, let's attack in unison and free Broly.
I got it, Vegeta! Together, we'll free him!
The Saiyans coordinated their attacks, launching a combined blast towards the shadow creature. Despite their efforts, Broly's dark possession was still resisting, fueled by the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. Broly, under the influence of the shadow creature, unleashed an uncontrolled fury. His attacks were unpredictable and devastating, putting the Saiyans on the defensive. Goku, Vegeta, and the shadow creature continued to exchange energy blasts and powerful blows.
Vegeta, we must break that possession! We can't let Broly fall into darkness!
Roger that, Kakarot. Let's keep attacking together.
Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, the fiery aura of the Saiyans lit up the sky, a visual manifestation of their mammoth power. Goku and Vegeta, feeling the weight of the battle, decided to take it a step further. They joined their energies in a symphony of power, a final bid to tear apart the shadows enveloping the evil presence. The shadow creature, on the brink of the abyss, responded with desperation. It raised its own power, and the darkness churned with intensity as it struggled to resist the combined onslaught of the Saiyans. The clash of energies created a cataclysm of flashes and booms, shaking the battlefield to its core. At that critical moment, the energy explosion was unleashed with dazzling magnificence. The earth shook, and the shockwaves swept across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, enveloped in the blanket of the explosion, were momentarily eclipsed by the blinding light and dancing shadow. When the shimmering luminosity faded, the Saiyans found themselves faced with a new scenario. On the ground lay Broly, his figure shrouded in a residual haze of the contest. The dark aura that had consumed him had finally dissipated. Stillness reigned on the battlefield. As the warriors approached with worried looks, the formidable warrior who now resisted, his power darkened, finally silenced.
We did it, Vegeta!
Broly's free.
Yes, but this shadow creature's still a problem. We can't let our guard down.
Vegeta nodded grimly as they watched Broly, who lay on the ground, slowly recovering from the intense battle. However, at that moment of apparent calm, the shadow creature, cunning and unnoticed, had left Broly's possession to seek a new host. The dark entity swiftly swept into the shadows, unnoticed by the Saiyans, who still assessing their companion's condition. Silently, the shadow creature crept towards Gohan, who had been watching the battle from a distance. Gohan, oblivious to the threat looming over him, felt a shiver run down his spine just as the shadow creature enveloped him with its dark presence. A momentary flash of its eyes indicated that something was terribly wrong. At that instant, Gohan, with a sudden alteration in his expression, went on guard without warning. His gaze, now posed by the shadow creature, glowed with a malevolence that contrasted with his gentle nature. Goku, noticing the sudden tension, turned towards Gohan, but before he could react, Gohan, under the influence of the shadow creature, moved with supernatural speed. The confrontation with Broly had left the Saiyans exhausted, and the shadow creature, seizing the opportunity, vanished into the darkness along with Gohan. Vegeta, realizing the situation, gritted his teeth in fury. The threat persisted, and now Gohan, a valuable ally, was in the hands of the shadows. Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for a new confrontation, aware that the battle had not yet come to an end. The tension in the air was palpable, as Goku and Vegeta, still worried about Broly, with determination, turned towards the place where the dark entity had vanished.
Damn it, where'd that thing go?
I don't know, Vegeta, but we must find it before it hurts Gohan.
The two Saiyans, quick as the wind, rushed towards where Gohan had been standing, their senses alert. The shadow creature, now inside Gohan, emerged from the shadows with a sinister laugh.
Looks like they're not as cunning as they thought. Now I have a new toy for my plans. Get out of Gohan, you damn creature.
I'll not allow you to possess my son.
Ha! You think you could stop me? My power possesses even more of your combined forces. Do not underestimate the Saiyans. We have overcome greater challenges than you.
Leave Gohan and face your fate, creature. You'll not be victorious.
The shadow creature, now in control of Gohan, smiled malevolently before responding.
We'll see how long you can resist. Gohan is now an instrument of my will.
The shadow creature possessing Gohan unleashed a burst of dark energy that distorted the surrounding space. Goku and Vegeta suddenly found themselves during a chaotic confrontation, with Gohan now transformed into an instrument of the malevolent entity. The waves of energy radiating from Gohan's possessed figure created an ominous aura that filled the battlefield, defying the Saiyans' endurance and determination. The Saiyans, in their Super Saiyan Blue form, prepared for the impending clash. The shadow creature, using Gohan's body, moved with supernatural agility, dodging the Saiyans' first attacks with grace and malice. Gohan, his eyes now filled with darkness, lunged at Goku with astonishing speed. Goku blocked Gohan's first few blows with difficulty, feeling the enhanced strength and speed of his new controlled son. The fight was intense, each move charged with power and ferocity. Meanwhile, Vegeta positioned himself strategically, assessing the situation, looking for an opening to attack. The shadow creature, through Gohan, unleashed a flurry of attack, which devastating blows that kept Goku on the defensive. However, Goku's ability to adapt quickly to the battle allowed him to counter the attacks and counterattack with his own overwhelming power. Vegeta, sensing an opportunity, lunged at the shadow creature from an unexpected angle. However, the dark entity had sharp reflexes and deflected Vegeta's attack with ease, throwing Gohan against Goku as a distraction. The shadow creature's strategy paid off, as it took advantage of the distraction to hit Vegeta with a beam of dark energy. Vegeta, although he resisted the impact, was momentarily weakened. The entity, now with a malevolent smile, turned to him.
Damn it! This isn't over, shadow creature.
Goku, reacting quickly, stepped between the shadow creature and Vegeta.
Vegeta, hold on! We can't let this thing divide us.
The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos it had sown, released a dark aura that enveloped both Saiyans. The dark energy sought to confuse and weaken their senses. However, the Saiyans' instinctive connection to Ki enabled them to resist the dark influence. The battle raged in a frenzy of clashing colors and energies. Gohan, controlled by the shadow creature, moved with a mixture of speed and agility that defied the laws of physics. Goku and Vegeta, each focusing on their own battlefront, were trying to coordinate their attacks to free Gohan from the dark possession.
Gohan, fight this darkness! You're stronger than this!
Gohan, though showing flashes of resistance, was caught in an internal struggle between his will and the shadow creature's control. The battle grew more challenging. With each passing second, the shadow creature reveled in its ability to manipulate and corrupt one of Earth's mightiest warriors. Vegeta, recovering from the earlier onslaught, threw himself back into the fray. The shadow creature, however, anticipated his attack and gracefully dodged Vegeta's attempts to strike it. The Dark Entity counterattacked with a series of precise blows that forced Vegeta to retreat.
You damn Shadow. Don't underestimate the Prince of the Saiyans.
Goku, seeing his partner's difficulty, raised his power to the maximum. Dazzling energy emanated from his Super Saiyan Blue form as he prepared for a concentrated attack. The shadow creature, noticing the glowing threat, diverted its attention to Goku.
Vegeta, keep up the pressure! I'm gonna concentrate my energy to free Gohan!
Vegeta nodded and increased his offensive, distracting the shadow creature as Goku concentrated his power. The fight reached a new level of intensity, with each move echoing across the vast battlefield. The energy collided, creating shockwaves that distorted reality itself. Goku, eyes glowing with determination, unleashed his most powerful attack. A sphere of glowing blue energy formed in his outstretched hands. Charged with the combined strength of the Saiyans, the spear grew in size and the power as Goku had held it in place.
It's time to free Gohan!
The shadow creature, realizing the threat, moved quickly to stop Goku's attack. Vegeta, taking advantage of the distraction, lunged with renewed fury, looking for an opening to attack. The battle reached its climax when Goku released the energy sphere, ascending it directly towards the shadow creature. The energy sphere burst into a dazzling flash, illuminating the battlefield with intense light. Shockwaves swept through the darkness as Goku's purifying energy sought to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession. However, as the light faded and the earth stopped shaking, the shadow creature emerged seemingly unharmed. The Dark Entity, now irritated, turned to the Saiyans with a twisted laugh.
Is that all you can do? My power is unbreakable.
Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for the next assault. The battle, far from ending, dragged on into confrontation of epic proportions. Darkness and light collided in an endless clash, with the will of the Saiyans resisting against the entity that threatened to plunge them into the shadows. The dark creature, after resisting Goku's powerful attack, showed a malicious smile. A dark glow enveloped Gohan, and his body began to tremble with intensity. A guttural scream echoed through the air as the Dark Entity forced a unique transformation on the Saiyan warrior. Gohan, under the shadow creature's influence, contorted and his body was enveloped in a dark, feral energy. The earth trembled with the intensity of the transformation, and Gohan's figure began to change. Defined musculature, red eyes, a wild gaze, long gray hair, and emerging in the new form, Gohan Dark Beast. Vegeta and Goku, shocked by the unexpected evolution, instinctively recoiled from the overwhelming presence of Dark Gohan Beast. The shadow creature had accomplished what it could not do with Broly, unleash a unique and uncontrolled transformation on Gohan. Dark Beast Gohan, now freed from any hint of rationality, roared skyward, emitting an overwhelming energy that shook the battlefield. His eyes glowed with an animalistic intensity, and his posture indicated that human control was suppressed.
This can't be happening. What did that thing do?
The shadow creature managed to unlock something inside Gohan. This won't be easy.
The shadow creature, pleased with the success of its manipulation, watched the scene with satisfaction.
Now, witness my true power. The Saiyan Beast Warrior. How do you plan to stop him?
Dark Beast Gohan let out a deafening roar and lunged towards Vegeta with impressive speed. Dark Beast Gohan's attacks were ferociously savage, his brute strength and speed surpassing even Broly's most rampaging transformation. Vegeta, using his speed and agility, dodged Dark Beast Gohan's first attacks. However, the Saiyan Beast Warrior's ferocity was unpredictable, and Vegeta was forced to deploy all his skill to stay out of range of the devastating attacks. Goku, assessing the situation, transformed into Super Saiyan Blue and rushed to Vegeta's aid. The two Saiyans fought in tactical coordination, looking to open an opportunity to counter Gohan's savage new form. The battle became a whirlwind of energy, with explosions and crashes echoing across the battlefield. The shadow creature in the shadows continued to manipulate and fuel Dark Beast Gohan's fury. The Saiyan strategy was becoming more and more challenging as Dark Beast Gohan seemed to be one step ahead, anticipating their moves.
Damn it! Gohan Beast is too unpredictable.
We must find a way to free Gohan from this transformation. We can't let the shadow control his true power.
As the Saiyans faced Gohan Beast's fury, the shadow creature watched from the shadows, enjoying the chaos he had unleashed. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment, and the Saiyans' endurance was being tested in the face of Beast Gohan's uncontrollable fury. The battle raged on in a titanic struggle between light and darkness, with the hope of freeing Gohan from the influence of the shadow creature hanging in delicate balance. The Saiyans, determined to overcome this challenge, faced an enemy that had managed to unleash an even greater internal threat than before. While the intense battle raged on the battlefield, Piccolo, the Namekian sage, was immersed in his mental training somewhere secluded. His concentration was so deep that he could feel an abrupt shifting ki, a disturbance that reverberated through space and time. A shiver ran down his back, indicating the gravity of the situation.
Something's not right.
The Namekian instantly stood up, his cloak billowing as he focused on the direction of the glowing chaos. The power he felt was not just brute force. It was an amalgam of dark energies that seemed to defy the very essence of reality. Wasting no time, Piccolo prepared to approach this side of the conflict. Back on the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta fought valiantly against Dark Beast Gohan, who moved with uncontrollable ferocity under the influence of the shadow creature. The dark entity, sensing Piccolo's arrival, smirked.
Looks like we have a new guest. This just gets more interesting.
Goku and Vegeta focused on Gohan Beast, noticing Piccolo's presence as he appeared on the battlefield with a serenity that contrasted with the surrounding chaos.
What happened here? What have you done with Gohan? That shadow thing possessed Gohan and transformed it into a wild beast.
We can't free Gohan this way. The shadow creature manipulates his power in unimaginable ways.
Dark Beast Gohan, noticing Piccolo's arrival, turned to him with wild eyes. The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos, prepared for the next act of this heartbreaking play.
Welcome, Piccolo. You're just in time to witness the inevitable downfall of these Saiyans.
Don't underestimate the Saiyans or my determination. I'm here to free Gohan.
The Namekian braced himself for the confrontation, deploying his ki with an intensity that made it clear he would not be a mere spectator in this battle. Dark Beast Gohan, fueled by the shadowy influence, roared and lunged towards Piccolo with a speed that defied all logic. The battle became even more chaotic with Piccolo's entrance. His movements were precise and calculated, contrasting with the wild ferocity of Dark Beast Gohan. Goku and Vegeta, aware of Piccolo's strategic skill, adjusted their approach to coordinate their attacks with the Namekian. Meanwhile, the shadow creature watched the battle with a Machiavellian smile, enjoying the confrontation between the forces of light and shadow. The dark entity was determined to prove that its influence was insurmountable. The fight unfolded in a whirlwind of colliding energies, with Piccolo demonstrating his tactical and strategic prowess. Dark Beast Gohan, however, remained a formidable challenge, his erratic movements and uncontrolled strength testing the tenacity of the warriors on the battlefield.
Goku, Vegeta, we need to plan to break the connection between Gohan and that shadow creature.
You're right, Piccolo. We need to attack from different fronts and destabilize that connection.
I'll take care of keeping Beast Gohan busy. Kakarot, you use the connection you have with your son to try to isolate the shadow creature.
Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their efforts with Piccolo's strategic expertise, went on the assault. Piccolo used his wisdom to be able to devise a way to get Dark Beast Gohan out of said possession, while Vegeta unleashed his fury with calculated attacks to keep the beast at bay. As the battle continued, the shadow creature began to feel the pressure of the combined strategy of the Saiyans and Piccolo. The connection between Gohan and the dark entity was under threat, and the shadow creature, despite its confidence, was beginning to show signs of concern. The battle was far from over, but the warriors' resilience was growing stronger in the face of the adversity that loomed over them. As Piccolo continued his mental struggle to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession, his Namekian senses sharpened. Keen perception led him to identify a small shadow leech clinging to Dark Beast Gohan's lower neck, a detail that had not been evident in Broly's previous possession due to his long hair covering that region.
That's it. The key in this little shadow leech on his neck. We must eliminate it to free Gohan.
Piccolo's revelation attracted the attention of Vegeta and Goku on the physical battlefield. Vegeta, upon hearing this, turned his gaze to the back of Gohan Beast's dark neck and noticed the presence of the Shadow Leech.
A Shadow Leech? That explains why we couldn't free Broly this way.
How do we eliminate it without harming Gohan?
As Piccolo struggled to maintain his mental connection, he analyzed this situation and came up with a strategy.
If we attack the Shadow Leech directly, we might harm Gohan in the process. We need a precise way to eliminate it without endangering his life. So what's the plan, Piccolo? Goku, you've mastered Ultra Instinct, but you can only maintain it for a few seconds. We need to take advantage of those brief moments to distract Dark Beast Gohan and allow you to get close enough to destroy the Shadow Leech.
Understood, Piccolo. I'll do my best.
But how do we make sure Beast Gohan doesn't attack while Kakarot's approaching? That's the tricky part. We need to keep Gohan busy and distracted. Vegeta, your attacks must be precise and constant, keeping his attention on you.
I will, but Kakarot, don't make me regret this.
The battle resumed with renowned intensity. Vegeta went on the offensive, attacking Gohan Dark Beast with a series of swift and powerful blows. Gohan responded with ferocity, but Vegeta maintained agile, dodging his attacks while keeping the Savage Saiyan warrior's attention. At that moment, Goku concentrated, channeling Ultra Instinct. An aura of flickering energy surrounded him as he activated the powerful transformation. His speed increased exponentially, allowing him to easily dodge Dark Beast Gohan's attacks.
Now, Goku, now's your chance.
Goku in his Ultra Instinct state moved with superhuman speed towards Gohan's rear. The shadow creature, still focused on the fierce confrontation with Vegeta, did not notice Goku's approach. "This is my chance to end this!" With pinpoint accuracy, Goku reached out his hand and touched the small Shadow Leech on Gohan's neck. The leech, upon being touched by the Ultra Instinct energy, began to fade, emitting a dark screech before dissolving completely. Dark Beast Gohan, losing connection with the Shadow Leech, shook violently, as if releasing himself from a trance. Vegeta, noticing the change, cautiously stepped back as Goku returned to his normal state. "What happened?"
Kakarot seems to have found a way to free you from that thing.
It was risky, but it worked.
Well done, Goku, but don't let your guard down. This shadow creature might have more tricks up its sleeve.
The immediate threat had been neutralized. The shadow creature, watching from the shadows, moving away unnoticed by the Saiyan warriors, was not about to give up, so the shadow creature set out to return to its master. After the terrifying moment that the Z warriors had experienced, Goku and Vegeta realized that Beerus and Whis were not on Earth. They had disappeared just moments before the shadow creatures appeared on Earth. This is because Daishinkan discovered that Zeno-sama had been killed by his father and immediately summoned all the angels and gods of destruction. In the majestic realm of all, Daishinkan, the high priest, summoned all the angels and gods of destruction of the existing universes. The atmosphere in the hall was unusually tense, and concern was reflected in the faces of those present. Daishinkan, with his usual calmness, prepared to share the disturbing truth he had discovered.
Angels and gods of destruction, the time has come to face a powerful truth. Zeno-sama, our beloved king of all, has been slain.
Silence fell over the hall. The angels and the gods of destruction exchanged looks of disbelief and dismay. No one expected that such a tragedy could occur, especially at the hands of someone so powerful.
My investigation revealed that the one responsible for this abominable act was Zeno-sama's own father.
The news resounded like a somber echo in the room. Everyone present processed the shocking revelation. The omnipresent figure of Zeno-sama, the supreme deity, had been shattered by his own protagonist. Mohito, Sidra's angel, spoke in a worried voice. How is it possible that a being as powerful as Zeno-sama's father could have committed such an act?
That is a question for which I still have no answers. But now we must face the consequences of this event. The stability of the multiverse is in danger.
Arak, the god of destruction of Quitella, asked, "And what measures will we take in the face of this threat? What'll happen to the throne of Zeno-sama?"
That is a question we must discuss and resolve. For now, the throne remains empty, and our duty is to maintain peace and balance. But before we make hasty decisions, we need to fully understand the magnitude of this situation.
Beerus and Whis prepared to inform the gods of destruction and angels of all universes about what they had witnessed while on planet Earth with Goku and Vegeta. The Hall of the Realm of Everything was filled with celestial beings, each one expectant and worried about the news they were about to receive.
Attention everyone! We have crucial information to share about the events that have been unfolded.
Before we are summoned here, the father of Zeno-sama appeared on all the planets of the multiverse. Surprise was reflected on the faces of those present. Murmurs and whispers filled the room, as the gods of destruction and angels exchanged looks of disbelief. His visit was not simply to report the death of Zeno-sama. He announced the holding of the tournament that would determine the survival of the planets in each universe. Additional rumors filled the room, creating a constant buzz of concern. The gods of destruction and angels wanted to understand the implications of such an announcement.
He informed the rules of the tournament and the intentions behind such a competition, but it's necessary that we all work together to get answers and face this threat. It is time to join forces and overcome this crisis. The fate of our universes is at stake.
As the gods and angels absorbed the gravity of the situation, in every corner of the Hall of the Realm of Everything, conversations and plans were brewing to confront the mysterious tournament that threatened to upset the balance of the multiverse. Uncertainty hung in the air, but the determination of the divine beings was determined to face the unknown that lay ahead. In the Hall of Everything, Daishinkan, the High Priest, sensed the imminent arrival of extremely powerful entities heading for the different planets of the multiverse. His face reflected seriousness as he prepared to inform all the angels and gods of destruction present of the coming threat.
Gods and angels of destruction, the time has come to face a new and challenging threat. Entities of great power are headed towards the planets of our universes, and their goal seems to be a direct confrontation with the strongest warriors of each world.
The expressions of those present became serious. Aware of the gravity of the situation, Daishinkan continued with determination.
It's crucial that we move quickly to protect the strongest warriors of each planet, regardless of which universe they belong to. The threat we face does not respect universal boundaries, and we must act with unity to preserve the balance.
Vados, the Angel of Champa, raised his hand.
How do you plan for us to move, Daishinkan? We each have responsibilities in our universes. I understand the complexity of this situation, but the magnitude of this threat requires immediate action. I suggest that every angel and god of destruction move to the planets threatened by this unknown force. We must prevent the strongest warriors from being defeated before we can fully understand our enemies.
Sounds like a sensible plan, Daishinkan. If we all work together, we can protect our warriors and gain more information about these powerful entities. Each angel and god of destruction nodded in agreement, accepting the need to act immediately. They moved quickly to the various planets, casting aside universal barriers in a joint effort to safeguard the multiverse.
May the wisdom and power of each of you guide this effort. Let us not underestimate this new threat. Our duty is to protect the existence of our universes.
With those words, the angels and gods of destruction dispersed, leaving the Hall of All in preparation to face a challenge that transcended universal boundaries and demanded the collaboration of all divine beings. Uncertainty hung in the air, but determination to preserve the balance of the multiverse guided the powerful beings in their joint mission. The angels and gods of destruction quickly teleported to the threatened planets, each determined to protect the strongest warriors on the various planets. In the blink of an eye, the skies lit up with flashes of divine energy as Awamo and Ewin, Cognac and Quintella, Matanu and Geen, Whis and Beerus, and the other angels and gods of destruction headed toward their assigned destinations. The planet Thraxis Nocturnae lay peaceful in the corner of the cosmos, its nocturnal luminosity radiating a tranquility that was about to be disturbed. In the vast space, Awamo the angel, with his small book in hand, and his god of destruction Ewin, an imposing figure with a stern gaze, detected the arrival of a shadow creature, a minion of Zeno-sama's father. The creature, shrouded in malevolent darkness, descended with malevolent determination towards Thraxis Nocturnae. Ewin, without hesitation, deployed his energy of destruction while Awano stood by, hoping to resolve the conflict without a bath of chaos.
Creature, your darkness will not be tolerated in this realm. Stop your destructive plans.
The shadow creature emanated a guttural growl, its presence emanating an unnatural energy that distorted the space around it. The space battle began with an explosion of opposing forces. Ewin launched destructive beams, while Awamo used his speed to dodge the attacks and assess the situation.
Ewin, this creature's stronger than we imagined. We must be cautious. I know, Awamo, but we can't let him destroy Thraxis Nocturne. We must give our best.
The shadow creature, agile and evasive, responded to the attacks with dark energy waves that distorted space. The battle spread across the firmament, leaving traces of destructive energy in its wake. Ewin tried to anticipate the creature's movements. However, the shadow creature proved to be agile and adaptive, countering every strategy with an unmatched dark force.
Our conventional methods don't work. Ewin, we need to combine our forces.
I agree, Awamo. It's time to show them the true power of destruction. Awamo and Ewin merged their energies, creating a flash of light that defied the surrounding darkness. The shadow creature, perceiving the threat, intensified its own energy, generating a collision of cosmic forces that shook space itself. The battle reached a fever pitch, with cosmic explosions lighting up the scene as Awamo and Ewin struggled to contain the darkness. The struggle took place not only on the physical plane, but also on the spiritual one, where the will to protect Thraxis Nocturne was pitted against the ruthless ambition of the shadow creature. The fusion of Awamo and Ewin unleashed a dazzling energy that eclipsed even the nocturnal luminosity of Thraxis Nocturne. The gold and violet glow enveloped the divine couple as they prepared to face the dark threat looming over the peaceful planet.
It's time to show the true extent of our power, Awamo.
The shadow creature, aware of the growing threat, rushed towards them with supernatural speed. Awamo, with his keen perception, anticipated every movement of the creature, allowing the couple to dodge its onslaughts with heavenly elegance.
Keep calm, Ewin. We must synchronize our movements to counteract their darkness.
Ewin nodded and unleashed a series of destructive energy blasts that lit up the space around him. However, the shadow creature responded with amazing agility, dodging every attack with meandering movements. The battle became a cosmic game of strategy and speed. The angel Awamo and the god of destruction Ewin soon realized that in order to defeat this entity, they would need a coordinated attack that transcended the limits of their individual abilities. In a moment of perfect timing, they unleashed a gale of combined energy. Awamo channeled the energy of destruction while Ewin released violet flashes of destruction.
Focus your energy, Awamo. Let's get rid of this darkness once and for all.
Awamo nodded and joined the attack with determination. The fused energy of both angel and god turned into a spear of golden and violet light that pierced through space with an impressive speed. The shadow creature, caught in the torrent of power, let out a heart-rending howl as it was enveloped by the luminosity. The impact was abysmal, generating an expansive wave that shook the cosmos. The darkness that enveloped the creature began to dissipate, revealing its twisted and weakened form. Awamo and Ewin, exhausted but triumphant, stood on guard ready for any eventuality.
We have managed to contain their darkness, but we can't let our guard down.
The shadow creature, now visibly weakened, recoiled before the imposing presence of Awamo and Ewin. The light had prevailed over the darkness in the cosmic corner of Thraxis Nocturne. The divine couple remained firm in their duty to protect the planet that this creature wanted to destroy. However, the battle was not yet over, and the fates of the planets remained uncertain in the vastness of space. After the shocked combined attack of Awamo and Ewin, the space around Thraxis Nocturne was vibrating with the residual energy of the cosmic battle. The shadow creature, apparently weakened, remained suspended in the cosmic void, enveloped in a dark glow that seemed to absorb the surrounding light. The divine couple watched cautiously, aware that the fate of Thraxis Nocturne was still hung in the cosmic balance.
Ewin, something's not right. The darkness of that creature seems to be getting stronger instead of weaker. It seems that our attack has absorbed by her, but it shouldn't be possible. How can he transform our energy of destruction to his own power?
The shadow creature, now surrounded by a more intense aura, began to change its shape. Its twisted figure became more defined. His eyes shone with a malevolent lucidity. The darkness emanating from her was becoming denser, distorting the space around her.
You have underestimated my true potential, angel and god of destruction. Your energy has strengthened me beyond your comprehension.
The divine couple prepared for what was to come next, aware that the threat they faced had evolved. The shadow creature, now empowered by the absorbed energy, charged towards them with renewed speed and ferocity.
We need to be more cautious, Ewan. It seems that every blow we inflict makes her stronger.
Understood, Owamo, but we can't allow this darkness to devour Thraxus Nocturne.
The battle resumed with increased intensity. The shadow creature attacked with bursts of dark energy that cut through space, while Owamo and Ewan responded with flashes of golden and violet light. The cosmic dance of lights and shadows painted an epic picture in the vastness of the universe. Each blow and backlash echoed like thunder in space, distorting reality itself. Owamo, with his keen perception, tried to anticipate the movements of the dark creature, but the dark entity proved to be unpredictable. Ewan, with his energy of destruction, sought to weaken the creature, but his attacks seemed to be absorbed and turned into an additional source of power.
Every time we hit her, her power increases. We can't go on like this.
We must find a way to counteract his ability to absorb our energy. Do you have any ideas, Owamo?
Owamo pondered for a moment, his angelic mind working in search of a solution. Meanwhile, the shadow creature, aware of its opponent's confusion, took the opportunity to launch a surprise attack. A wave of dark energy enveloped Owamo and Ewan, distorting their perception and weakening their defenses.
Your resistance is useless. I am the embodiment of darkness. His light cannot prevail before me.
The situation was becoming more and more desperate for the divine couple as they struggled to resist the shadow creature's attacks. Owamo turned his attention to the small book he always carried with him. An idea began to form in his mind.
Ewan, I think I have an idea, but we need to synchronize our attacks in a different way.
Explain yourself, Owamo.
Owamo explained his plan to Ewan, who nodded in understanding. Both God and Angel prepared to put their strategy into practice. The shadow creature, confident in its superiority, launched into the attack again, but this time Owamo and Ewan were ready to respond differently.
Now, Ewan, combine your energy of destruction with mine in a more controlled way.
Ewan nodded and channeled his energy to Owamo, who, in turn, merged it with his. Instead of launching a direct attack, they created a sphere of combined light and energy that floated between them.
Do you think this tactic will change the outcome? We'll see.
The energy sphere began to slowly expand, emanating a glowing light that contrasted the surrounding darkness. The shadow creature, curious but confident, watched the development with disdain.
The fused power is not only destructive, but it also has properties that counteract its absorption capacity.
The combined energy sphere, now reaching its maximum expansion, released a wave of light and energy that enveloped the shadow creature. This time, instead of absorbing the power, the darkness that characterized her began to dissipate.
What is this? My power should not be weakened. We create an energy that goes beyond destruction and creation, one that neutralizes the darkness that you're trying to absorb.
The shadow creature, weakened by Owamo and Ewan's strategic counterattack, retreated as the combined energy sphere continued to exert its effect. The light emanating from the sphere began to purify the darkness surrounding the entity, revealing its original form before corruption.
It seems our tactic's working, but we must make sure we contain it completely.
We can't let our guard down. Let's continue with the strategy until the creature's completely neutralized.
The space battle continued, but this time Owamo and Ewan had the upper hand. His sphere of combined energy continued to exert its purifying effect, dispelling the darkness that threatened Thraxus Nocturne. With each passing moment, the shadow creature grew weaker. The light of hope began to shine in the corner of the cosmos that was once on the verge of destruction. The shadow creature, weakened by Owamo and Ewan's strategy, retreated into space, its distorted form twisting as the combined energy sphere continued to purify the darkness that enveloped it. In a desperate attempt to regain his strength, the shadow creature began to explore its surroundings, looking for an opportunity to turn the situation in his favor.
My power is weakened here. I need to find a place where darkness prevails.
While exploring, the shadow creature noticed something that favored him. His eyes flashed with malevolent anticipation as he discovered that this world was called Thraxis Nocturne because it was a planet plunged into shadows. The dark entity smiled malevolently as he realized that this planet could provide the darkness needed to revitalize his power.
Ha 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 ha! Thraxis Nocturne, a feast of darkness awaits me!
With amazing speed, the shadow creature launched itself towards the planet, traversing space with great speed. Awamo and Ewin, aware of his intentions, followed closely, determined to stop any attempt by the shadow creature to plunge into the darkness of the planet. As the creature approached Thraxis Nocturne, the darkness of the planet seemed to intensify, as if responding to its presence. The planet's nighttime atmosphere shone with a faint luminosity, offering a fascinating contrast to the surrounding stars.
Ewin, we must prevent the creature from being filled with dark power. If she succeeds, it'll be even more difficult to stop her. Understood, Awamo. We'll not allow the darkness of this planet to fall into the hands of that entity.
The shadow creature descended on Thraxis Nocturne with a terrifying impetus. As she approached, the darkness seemed to take her in, enveloping her with a gloomy welcome. The shadow creature began to absorb the darkness of the planet, its twisted form vibrating with a new energy as it filled with the essence of Thraxis Nocturne.
Ha 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 ha! Yes, this darkness will strengthen me. Nothing can stop me now.
Awamo and Ewin, wasting no time, headed towards the shadow creature, determined to stop its advance before it became unstoppable. The battle in the shadows of Thraxis Nocturne was about to take a very drastic turn.
We cannot allow this darkness to completely corrupt this creature. We must stop her before she becomes invincible. Your previous strategy was effective, Awamo. Let's keep working together to counter his power.
Deep in the shadows of Thraxis Nocturne, the intense presence of the absorbing shadow creature did not go unnoticed by the most powerful warriors on the planet. Turles, Bardock, Raditz, Frieza, and his brother Cooler felt the darkness increasing around them and, with a mixture of amazement and concern, headed toward the epicenter of the threat.
Something's not right. The darkness in this place is getting denser.
Whatever it is, we cannot let it threaten Thraxis Nocturne. Let's investigate.
The warriors moved nimbly across the gloomy terrain, advancing towards the source of the darkness. As they got closer, the atmosphere became heavier, as if the shadow itself wanted to resist their advance.
The darkness is different. I feel a strange pressure.
I'm not afraid of the dark, but this is unusual. Cooler, stay alert.
Understood, Frieza. Let's find out what's going on.
Suddenly, a wave of dark energy erupted before them, revealing the shadow creature that was absorbing the darkness of the planet. His twisted figure and malevolent aura were as evident as the threat he posed to Thraxis Nocturne.
Warriors of this planet, his darkness feeds me. Soon I will be unstoppable.
We won't let you destroy Thraxis Nocturne. Get ready, creature.
The warriors went on the attack, each unleashing their unique power against the dark entity. Turles unleashed his evil aura, releasing bursts of destructive energy. Bardock channeled his Saiyan fury into powerful blows, while Raditz and Cooler coordinated their attacks to create a symphony of destruction. Frieza intensifying the struggle.
This creature doesn't know who he's up against.
Your resistance is useless. Each blow only increases my power.
The shadow creature, powered by the darkness of Thraxis Nocturne, absorbed attacks with defiant ease. Each impact seemed to strengthen rather than weaken it, plunging the warriors into the disturbing reality that they were facing an enemy that fed on its own darkness.
It's not working. He's getting stronger and stronger.
We need to change our strategy. We can't let it absorb all the darkness on the planet.
While the warriors struggled to find an effective strategy, the shadow creature, with its distorted laughter, continued to absorb the darkness, becoming more and more powerful. The Battle of Thraxis Nocturne's survival was at its most critical, and the warriors knew that they had to find a solution before the dark entity became invincible. The dark aura released by the shadow creature enveloped the warriors of Thraxis Nocturne, gradually weakening them. The warriors struggled to stay on their feet as the entity's malevolent energy infiltrated their bodies, obscuring their vital forces.
This is it. Too much. I can't let that defeat us like this.
The warriors, despite their bravery, were overcome by the darkness emanating from the aura of the shadow creature. At that critical moment, when hope seemed to be fading, a heavenly light pierced the shadows. Owamo and Ewin, the angels charged with protecting Thraxus Nocturne, arrived on the battlefield.
The darkness emanating from this creature is breathtaking. We cannot allow it to take over this planet. Time to show these warriors how to fight true darkness.
The angel spread his wings, and together with the god of destruction, they advanced towards the shadow creature, his presence radiating a luminosity that defied the malevolent nature of the dark aura. As it approached, the dark entities sensed the arrival of divine beings and turned to face the new threat.
More insignificant beings. His light will be devoured by my darkness. Don't underestimate the power of light. Darkness cannot resist the true essence of creation.
Owamo extended his hand, and a purifying light enveloped the battlefield, counteracting the dark effect of the creature's aura. Ewin, on the other hand, deployed the energy of destruction, creating a perfect balance between light and darkness. The shadow creature, for the first time, felt the pressure of forces that it could not easily absorb or resist. The conflict took a turn, and the battle became more intense as the angel and god of destruction faced the dark entity with the unique combination of light and destruction.
The real struggle starts now. We'll protect Thraxus Nocturne from the darkness you represent.
The fight between the angels and the shadow creature reached impressive levels, with bursts of energy illuminating the dark planet of Thraxus Nocturne. Meanwhile, the warriors, freed from the debilitating effects of the dark aura, watched the fight, hoping that their planet would not be destroyed.
Well, guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now, don't forget to leave your powerful like, Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now, without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.